Welcome. We are coming to you from World Engineering Day 24 hours live. We're following the sun across all the global time zones on this World Engineering Day for sustainable development. From New Zealand to Costa Rica and everything in between, we will be live streaming all the amazing activities and events to celebrate the important work engineers are doing around the globe. Coming to you directly from Epicenter Studios, follow along for free on the World Engineering Day homepage. Now, for the next 3 hours, we will hear from engineers and institutions across China, Malaysia, Myanmar, and more, with your host, Felicity Fury.
Engineering enables the development of societies and economies throughout human history and acts as an inexhaustible driving force for the progress of civilization. Engineering wonders are significant symbols of human history. The Industrial Revolution transformed our world from an agricultural economy into an industrial one. Every major breakthrough in engineering has significantly elevated productivity and profoundly improved human lives. Engineering facilitates fast travel and communication between hither to distant places. Therefore, we are all part of the global village. The World Federation of Engineering Organizations, or WFEO, was established in 1968 under the support and initiative of UNESCO. It brings together more than 30 million engineers from over 100 nations. For 50 years, WFEO has relentlessly promoted international engineering cooperation, a key force for the progress of the modern world. Nowadays, engineering innovations are developing rapidly. However, we're still facing global challenges such as energy shortage, environmental pollution, natural disaster, climate change, hunger and poverty, resources exhausting and diminishing of biodiversity. It is the mission responsibility of engineers around the world to address those challenges. Technological innovations are driving new industrial revolution. The progress and innovation of engineering will become an important means of progressing society and modern life. There will be a series of major innovations in such fields as energy, environment, materials, biology, agriculture, information and communication, manufacturing, construction, space utilization, and marine resources, transportation, social services. It lies in the hands of engineers to develop appropriate technologies and resources to promote the quality of the human lives and achieve a shared, sustainable future. The World Federation of Engineering Organizations will continue its leadership and influence in the field of international engineering and make unrelenting efforts to build a better, sustainable world for us all.
Engineering, shaping sustainable future, a shared future of humankind.
女士们、先生们、朋友们，大家好。今天我们迎来第3个促进可持续发展世界工程日。 这是全球工程科技界和广大工程师群体的共同的节日。借此机会，我谨代表中国科协向亲临现场和远在云端的各位嘉宾、各位朋友表示诚挚的欢迎。对长期致力于工程事业、为可持续发展做出卓越贡献的工程师们表示崇高的敬意。习近平主席指出，现代工程和技术科学是科学原理和产业发展、工程研制之间不可缺少的桥梁，在现代科学技术体系中发挥着关键的作用。我们共同欢庆世界工程日，希望以此为契机，团结全球广大工程师群体，更好地发挥工程科技在促进全球可持续发展中的重要作用。在此，我想提3点期望：一是协同推进工程科技创新，应对人类共同的挑战，实现全球可持续的发展目标，它需要工程科技界加强科技创新，提供系统性高质量的解决方案，有效提升经济发展的质量和效益。同时，也要以工程为纽带，推动科学技术和文化艺术的跨界融合，用工程科技促进社会和文化的创新型发展。二是共同加强工程能力的培养，全球工程科技界应当共同推进工程能力的提升和人才的培养，推动工程师、科学家、企业家密切协作，以工程科技促进科学研究、产业发展和社会进步，凝聚起强大而可持续的行动力。要前瞻性地判断工程科技发展带来的风险挑战，完善相关的法律法规以及监管框架。3是携手推进工程开放合作，共享工程科技成果，是推动共同发展繁荣的重要的途径。我们应当加强合作，面对世界疫情，积极弥合市场割裂，着力畅通产业链、供应链。我们要聚焦气候变化、生命健康等人类共同面对的重大问题，积极参与国际大科学计划和大科学工程，打造发展理念相通、要素流动畅通、工程设施联通、创新链条顺通的工程科技共同体。刚刚闭幕的北京冬奥会不仅是一场举世注目的体育盛会，也是集中展示当前工程科技水平和成果的重要平台。美轮美奂的开幕式和闭幕式呈现了科学技术与文化艺术的完美融合。冰丝带、冰立方、雪如意等一批新建和改建的场馆，彰显了设计美学、科技创新和工程能力。人工智能、大数据、云计算、5G 等新技术在各项赛事中成功的应用，绿色发电、柔直电网、智慧储能、氢能出行等创新工程科技，有力地保障了100%的清洁电力供应绿色冬奥。北京冬奥会已成为将科技创新、工程应用、开放合作3者有机融合的典范。科技冬奥为工程科技助力未来全球可持续发展提供了 宝贵经验。女士们、先生们、朋友们，中国科协及其所属的全国学会期待与全球工程科技界协同合作，加强工程科技的信息交流，促进科学技术与工程建设的融合，创新工程教育机制，促进工程科技人才培养，共同发起国际科技组织，为世界的健康和可持续发展增添不竭的动力。预见未来，创造未来，需要全球工程科技界的共同努力，汇聚智慧，推动工程科技创新，促进可持续发展，增进人类福祉。让我们携手一起向未来。谢谢大家。
女士们、先生们，世界各地的工程师同事们，大家好。今天3月4日是1年1度的促进可持续发展世界工程日，非常高兴全球共同关注和参与中国区的世界工程日庆贺活动。作为世界工程组织联合会的主席，同时也是世界工程组织联合会中国委员会的主席，在2022年世界工程日这个特殊的日子里，我仅代表世界工程组织联合会和世界工程组织联合会的中国委员会，向各地区各领域的工程师组织、广大的科技工作者致以诚挚的美好的祝福。世界工程组织联合会中国委员会在中国科协的支持下成立，旨在汇聚国内工程科技界的各方力量，为中国科技和工程界参与世界工程组织联合会的工作提供有力的支撑，同时也致力于积极推动中国工程科技界参与国际工程领域的交流合作，中外携手推动全球工程科技创新，共同为人类社会进步做出贡献。人们常说，工程是运用科学技术和管理知识，并在经济、社会、环境、文化的条件约束下，解决人类生存发展的问题的实践。工程师就是解决问题的实践者。那么，当今人类生存发展面临的最大的问题是什么呢？是人类赖以生存的地球的可持续发展和人类自身的可持续发展问题。世界工程日的全称是促进可持续发展世界工程日。促进可持续发展是举办世界工程日庆祝活动的永久的根本的主题，同时也代表着全球工程发展的方向和主线。今年世界工程日的主题是更智慧的重建工程建设未来。目前国际社会都在强调更好的重建 Build back better。 更好的意思是说，不是简单的回到疫情以前，而是吸取疫情的教训，在重建中加速可持续发展的转型。那么更智慧意味着什么呢？首先，科学是人类最高的智慧，更智慧就意味着更好的发挥科学、技术和工程在转型重建中的作用。当前，数字化、网络化、智能化正在深入发展，以互联网、大数据、人工智能等等为代表的新兴的生产力正在迅猛的而且广泛的渗入到人们的生产和生活之中。工程技术人员要更好地掌握运用科学技术，特别是数字技术，在各个工程领域中锐意创新。不仅要做到更高效，而且要做到更低碳甚至零碳。不仅要在平时好用，而且要在灾害中坚韧。不仅要为发达地区的人们使用，而且要平等地为不同地区、民族、性别、社会地位的所有的人们提供优质的服务。第二，更智慧意味着更开放，在自然、经济、社会条件下实现工程创新的复杂度越来越高。跨学科、跨行业的交叉合作是必然趋势，突破行业、学科、专业和国界的壁垒是工程发展的必然趋势。 开放融合不仅是中国科技发展的重要战略选择，也是全球科技发展的必然趋势。第三，更智慧意味着工程能力的更强大。严峻的全球挑战，诸如气候变化，对于工程能力提出了更高的要求。工程能力不仅体现为对于科学，特别是新一代信息技术、新能源、新材料等新兴技术的更好的掌握和运用，而且体现为工程队伍自身的更壮大、更包容、更多样和更团结。工程教育是工程能力建设的基础。不断的改革和发展工程教育是工程界和全社会的共同责任。工程教育应该更好地适应新技术革命，更好地适应跨学科、跨行业的开放融合创新，更好地推进国际合作，以及更多地吸引优秀的青年，特别是女青年共同参与。希望中国有更多的工程组织加入到国际工程教育国际认证和工程师职业资格互认的工作中，动员更多的工程师融入到全球可持续发展的大局中。第四，更智慧也意味着更好地履行工程的伦理责任。当今人类面临最为紧迫的难题是应对气候变化，实现零碳发展。与能源、水、交通、废物、电信、防洪等基础设施相关的碳排放占比很大，在气候危机中扮演着重要的角色，而这些主要基础设施体系都是由一个一个工程创造出来的。为此，我们应该更加清醒地认识到，要实现可持续发展，必须将可持续发展的理念深植于工程的规划、设计、论证、实施，包括制造和建造、检验和管理运维的所有的环节之中，根植于工程师的头脑之中，形成生态文明和可持续发展的新的工程范式。我们不仅要承担起可持续发展的技术责任，还要承担起社会的和伦理的责任，真正做到工程向善，工程为善。女士们、先生们，工程师朋友们，工程科技是人类实现梦想的翅膀，承载着人们对美好生活的向往。中国具有世界各国中最为宏大的工程科技队伍。2022年，全国高校毕业生将首次突破1000万人，其中工程相关专业的毕业生占比很高。这不仅是中国高质量发展的工程师红利，也是全球可持续发展的重要力量。中国工程创新应该，而且也一定会为全球的工程可持续发展和人类命运共同体的建设做出更多更大的贡献。谢谢各位。
尊敬的各位朋友，我是亚太工程组织联合会 FIAP 主席黄维。在第3个世界工程日到来之际，我谨代表亚太工程组织联合会的全体成员，向全世界的工程人员和科技工作者表示最诚挚的感谢和最崇高的敬意。众所周知，工程人员和科技工作者是塑造世界、改造世界的中坚力量。当今世界9天揽月，已非鸿鹄之志，移山填海却成寻常手段。2019年11月，联合国教科文组织第40届全体大会在法国巴黎通过决议，正式宣布将每年3月4日设立为促进可持续发展世界工程日，以彰显工程师和工程技术对当今世界的贡献，提升公众对工程技术重要作用的认知。FIAP 作为亚太地区最重要的国际工程组织，始终致力于聚合区域工程专业力量，积极参与国际科技治理，推动跨国境、跨区域间的科技人文交流与合作。通过西北工业大学、亚太工程组织联合会、一带一路工程教育培训中心和非洲、亚洲和太平洋地区工程教育协议， FIAP 为建设统一协调的国际工程科技合作平台 贡献积极力量。同时 FAP 也是世界工程组织联合会 WFIL 的重要成员单位，一贯支持 WFIL 在促进国际间科技、工程和人文发展等方面的主张和行动，是世界工程日系列活动的坚定支持者和积极参与者，道阻且长，行则将至，聚合全球工程科技力量，勇攀世界科技高峰。这是创新赋能的时代，当前工程领域变革已进入深水区，创新成为引领高质量发展的灵魂。工程科技和工程行业内，数字赋能高歌猛进，绿色加、智慧加风起云涌，管理变革各显神通。以创新为内生动力的全面赋能，正焕新科技的视野，拓展工程的空间。我们站在新阶段，擘画新战略，构建新格局，培育新动能，实现新发展。这是共享、共创的时代。当今世界，气候变化、能源危机、环境污染等全球性问题仍然威胁着全人类的福祉。复杂多变的商业环境，互为依存的产业生态，严峻复杂的全球新冠肺炎疫情，需要我们以开放的心态、协同的机制、共享的价值、共赢的结果来承己达人。秉持着构建人类命运共同体的高度责任感，亚太地区的工程人员和科技工作者向世界贡献了许多行之有效的方案。当前我们结伴而行，相信前方的路会越走越宽，越走越远。这也是追求美好未来的时代，建设美好城市、美好环境、美好生活，一直是我们人类不懈的追求。纵使有百年变局的波动，世纪疫情的反复，都无法改变我们对工程创造美好未来的执着向往。我们怀揣初心，砥砺前行，终将与更美好的亚太、更美好的世界相遇。科技助力发展，工程改变世界。在第3个世界工程日到来之际， FAP 愿与来自世界各地的工程人员和科技工作者一道，凝心聚力，攻坚克难，踔厉奋发，笃行不怠，无惧前路山高水远，征途必定是星辰大海，未来必定是其道大光。谢谢大家。
工程师朋友们、女士们、先生们，作为一名工程师，我非常高兴，从2020年开始，世界工程师有了自己的节日——促进可持续发展世界工程日。今年中国世界工程日庆祝活动的主题是创新赋能未来。我觉得这个主题呢非常贴切而有意义。几千年来，世界工程师们用自己的智慧塑造了精彩的世界，创造了辉煌的历史。当今世界正面临着全球变暖、新冠疫情等重大挑战，世界工程师们应共同努力，以创新应对挑战，为世界未来发展赋能，建设更加美好的世界。联合国2030年可持续发展目标是要以综合方式彻底解决社会、经济、环境3个维度的发展问题，转向可持续发展道路。在城市化进程不断加快的今天，各个国家和地区都面临着城市人口增长、交通拥堵、土地紧缺、环境污染、灾害频发等发展问题，而地下空间的合理利用可以很好的缓解或解决这些问题。在联合国2030年17个可持续发展目标中，隧道和地下空间可以在多个目标中做出突出贡献。除了地铁、公路、铁路等大家熟悉的交通隧道在提供绿色出行、减少碳排放方面的突出贡献以外，还有大量的其他应用，助力城市的可持续发展。 如地下排洪隧道使城市免于洪涝，地下污水处理厂使城市更加清洁，大型地下储库、大型地下数据中心使城市更加安全，地下实验室为科学研究提供了更好的环境，而城市地下农场可以提供更加便捷的绿色食品。不仅如此，地下设施为清洁的地热能的应用提供了一举多得的解决方案。隧道和地下空间已经成为城市安全和可持续发展的重要途径。国际讯协成立于1974年，总部设在日内瓦，目前共有78个会员国，是全球隧道和地下空间的领导者。我很荣幸在2019年当选为 ITA 历史上第一位女主席，第一位来自中国的 ITA 主席。作为一名女性，我深深感受到创新赋能未来的巨大作用，使传统劳动密集型的土木工程行业逐步向机械化、信息化、智能化发展，给女性从事传统行业带来了更多的机会。以隧道工程为例，不仅世界各国有越来越多的女性从事这个行业的工作，而且她们发挥着越来越重要的作用。ITA 这个历史上以男性为主的机构，现在有多名女性担任会员国代表、委员会主席、工作组组长和 ITA 青年团组的负责人。此外，2019年 ITA 全球青年隧道工程新人奖首次由女性工程师获得，所以我希望有更多的女性加盟工程技术领域，共同为世界工程行业的发展做出贡献。WFEO 是世界公认的工程领域领导者，我希望 ITA、WFEO 加强合作，特别是在发挥隧道和地下空间优势，促进联合国2030年可持续发展目标方面，共同为解决目前全球面临的挑战，贡献工程力量、工程智慧，造福人类，让工程创新赋能更加美好的未来。谢谢。
科大讯飞作为亚太地区最大的语音技术及人工智能上市公司，是中国语音产业唯一的国家规划布局内重点软件企业。成立至今，先后2次荣获国家科技进步奖，智能语音识别、语种识别技术名列世界前茅。2015年12月21日，科大讯飞在年度发布会上推出了全球首款会议字音同步直播产品讯飞听见。讯飞听见智能会议系统可以将语音实时转写成文字，同时实现中英文互译，中文转写准确率可达95%以上，英文转写准确率可达90%以上。同时采用独立部署的专业服务器，可实现音视频文件离线转写，更有中英多语种操作版面，支持英文识别、中英文实时互译等多语种识别翻译功能。为满足媒体行业用户的差异化需求，讯飞听见还推出了听见智能文稿唱词系统，它集音视频转唱词、音视频转文稿、文本翻译功能于一体，支持实时、离线转写2种方式，通过文本和画面智能同步，轻松完成字幕制作。在录音整理过程中，通过智能角色分离、音频文稿联动编辑的功能，快速编辑音频素材，帮助媒体工作者提高工作效率。针对个人用户，讯飞听见推出了专业的语音及文字综合服务平台讯飞听见网站与听见 APP， 通过机器快转与人机精转2种方式，提供音频转文字及翻译服务，可以直接上传已有录音，快速收到文本结果。如果您是企业用户或开发者，讯飞听见还提供录音文件识别、实时语音识别、翻译等多种能力授权，通过接口的方式输出中文、英文等多语种的转写、翻译等服务。成立至今，讯飞听见致力解决智能语音技术在政府办公、 企业音频价值挖掘、媒体节目制作、日常录音整理等多方面实际应用问题。讯飞听见将继续秉承讯飞精神，立足全局，纵深发展，带您开启智能高效知识管理的新时代。
Imagine a world without standards, a world built without order, guidelines, or safety procedures to protect us and move our economy forward. Buildings would not stand the test of time. Safe access to power, water, and digital communication would not exist. Standards Australia has improved the quality of life for the past 100 years. Since 1922, Standards Australia has been developing and adopting guidelines that drive Australia forward. From our first committee designing the bolts that keep the harbour bridge together, to the creation of the wiring rules, which remains the most used Australian standard of the 21st century. In 1925, Standards Australia extended its sights beyond our borders and joined the International Electrotechnical Commission. And in 1947, we helped establish the International Organisation for Standardisation. We remain active members of both bodies today. In 1988, Standards Australia was recognised as the peak non-government standards development organisation. In 1997, we were one of the first organisations worldwide to deliver standards publications on the internet. Today, Standards Australia has over 28,500 standards and technical publications, is a world leader in the development of the critical emerging technology standards, and is an international collaborator with other leading standards organisations, creating a safe and sustainable environment both at home and abroad. There are few organisations that have made such an essential contribution to the quality of life while leaving so few footprints in public awareness. Looking forward, we want to continue to empower communities and be a trusted global leader in solutions that improve life, to facilitate standards development to meet the needs of a fast-moving society, to provide easier access, and to deliver critical projects that strategically or economically promote Australia.
The solutions that Standards Australia has developed over the past 100 years have benefited each and every Australian. Our work has never been more important. Join me in thanking our contributors, industry partners, members and staff who have built this valuable national asset. I warmly welcome you to celebrate with us in our centenary year. This year, Standards Australia is supporting engineers and the work they do by sponsoring World Engineering Day. Engineers help build a safe, innovative and sustainable world and are active contributors to the development of many important standards. For 100 years, Standards Australia has worked alongside engineers and other specialists to provide practical solutions for all Australians. We look forward to our connected future with excitement and anticipation and working with the engineers of today and tomorrow.
All engineers have a role to play to ensure the UN's Sustainable Development Goals are achievable. As an engineer myself, I'm delighted to celebrate this internationally recognised day. From all of us at Standards Australia, we celebrate with you. Happy World Engineering Day.
That was the China Association for Science and Technology. We are going to be crossing back to them shortly. It's amazing that we can get this global perspective on World Engineering Day. You may have noticed Tennille has joined me at the desk for social media once again. Tennille, even more has been happening. What's going on?
I just can't follow it. I'm telling you, every few seconds there's something that's loading up that's cooler than the time before, and we're just overwhelmed with your hashtags. Please keep them coming in. From our last time up here, we're actually calling out for some videos. I'm seeing videos flow in by the second. It's really exciting. Let's go across to my screen now and we'll have a look at what's happening here. Even if I refresh here, it's just moving moving every few seconds. We're so inspired and really excited to see everyone get really involved this year, which is super exciting. I've got some stuff up here that's really exciting. Engineers Without Borders UK has given us a bit of a shout out to World Engineering Day. They're saying, what is engineering ethics, which is great. That's a little kind of event that you can attend. So find them and find the details on either our social board or on another social board. Back to our celebratory kind of shout outs. This is one from I think it's just from an engineer. She says, I'm passionate about automation and innovation. They drive the world. She chooses software, STEM and engineering. She loves software because it's literally everywhere. And she feels like she's contributing to make the world a better place. That's so lovely. This is the Royal Academy of Engineering. I'm going to just see if you can get some of the audio through my mic. African engineers are the future. Very exciting stuff. I think we actually had something that popped up. Oh, this is so cute. I have no idea what that says. I can read hashtag World Engineering Day, but other than that, I'm actually a little bit lost. But check out these cuties. I'm assuming that that's father and son celebrating from wherever you're from. Thank you so much for the hashtag. We're excited to see you involved. Engineers Australia, we heard from them earlier before, but they've done a wonderful piece for their social media. I'm just going to see if you can hear the audio through here again.
This year's theme means to me the wisdom that engineering has to build a better future and coping with the fast technology transformation.
Remember to be the change you want to see. As engineers, we're changing the world, one project at a time.
How great is that? Make sure you check out their social streams as well. They've got a lot coming out today. Obviously, as it's World Engineering Day in Australia first, it means that a lot of the social content is actually Australian. But we're actually starting to see some stuff from Asia now pop up as well. This is an event that you can actually stream online. Find out their details on social. And this is actually Airben's autonomous aircraft team. Again, I can't read your post, but thank you so much for hashtagging us. We're really excited to give you a shout out. And that's all from me now on the social media desk, but we'll be back in a few hours.
So exciting, so much great stuff coming through. Keep sending it, keep hashtagging World Engineering Day, and we'd love to feature your post live here on our 24-hour celebration of World Engineering Day. We've got another personal message coming up. We're going to be hearing from Huang Wei, who is the President of the Federation of Engineering Institutions in Asia and Pacific, and an international member of the World Federation of Engineering Organizations. So let's hear from Huang.
Dear friends of the world, I'm Huang Wei, President of the Federation of Engineering Institutions of Asia and the Pacific, FEAP. Asia and the Pacific region is home to a variety of splendid cultures and some scientific and engineering miracles of today's world. From the ancient Chinese engineer Lu Ban to modern Bangladesh structural engineer Faisal Khan, great minds and hands of the region have shaped the world as we know it. From the ancient Silk Road to the Belt and Road Initiative, Asia and the Pacific empowers the world's development. On the third World Engineering Day, let's all be reminded that the world is our only shared home, of which the sustainable development not only concerns, but also depends on each of us. Let's join hands and make a difference. Thank you.
So exciting to be here celebrating World Engineering Day for Sustainable Development. We have got our hackathon finalists, which have been playing all throughout today. And in Costa Rica, we're going to be announcing our winner. It's been an incredible competition. We've had 23 countries submit entries. Over 1,000 people registered their interest in the hackathon. And we had a whole bunch of judges as well. It was 40 preliminary judges. I think we're going to be hearing a bit more from our preliminary judges now. Can we tune in to hear from those judges and hear a bit more about the hackathon?
Hi everyone, my name is Christopher Chukunta and I'm a national delegate at the World Federation of Engineering Organizations for the Young Engineers Future Leaders representing Nigeria. I'm so excited to be a preliminary judge at the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jessica Ramchan of the FIDIC Future Leaders Council, and I'm honored to be a preliminary judge at the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I'm David Henderson from the Australian Centre for Field Robotics. I'm honoured to be a preliminary judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I'm Abir from Engineers Australia, and I'm honoured to be a judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi everyone, I'm Radhika Gunaji from Student Platform for Engineering Education Development, and I'm honoured to be the preliminary judge for 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon. All the best to all the participants.
Hi, I'm Mitch Horrocks from EWB, and I am honoured to be a preliminary judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hola, soy María Laura de la Plataforma Estudiantil para el Desarrollo de la Educación en Ingeniería, SPEED, y es un honor ser parte y jueza preliminar en el Hackathon del Día Mundial de la Ingeniería 2022.
Hi, I'm Tak Tang from Hong Kong. 好高興成為今年世界工程日嘅活動評審之一。I'm honoured to be a preliminary judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I'm Gabby from Engineers Australia, and I'm honoured to be a preliminary judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Abaya from Young Engineers Australia, and I'm honoured to be a preliminary judge in the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I'm Nicole Brown from Young Engineers Australia, and I'm honoured to be a preliminary judge in the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I'm Raymond Lipinski from Engineers Without Borders in Hong Kong. I am honoured to be preliminary judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I'm Larry Bentley with EWB USA, and I'm honoured to be a preliminary judge in the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I'm Wang Guanyi from Nankai University. I'm very honored to be a preliminary judge for 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I'm Li Hui Xu from UNESCO International Center for Engineering Education at Tsinghua University, and I'm honored to be a preliminary judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I'm Antapayan from Myanmar Engineering Society, and I'm also the member of the WFEO's Committee on Energy and Young Engineer and Future Leader Committee. I'm honored to be a preliminary judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I'm Marini from Engineers Without Borders Australia based in Cambodia, and I'm honored to be a preliminary judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I'm Syed Mubarak from the Young Engineers Committee of the Institution of Engineers Singapore, and I'm honored to be a preliminary judge for the 2022 World Engineering Hackathon. All the best to all the team.
Hi, I'm Jin Huang from China, and I'm honored to be a preliminary judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I'm Rodrigo Juarez from the International Federation of Consulting Engineers, and I am honored to be a preliminary judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon.
Hi, I am Engineer Rusnida Talib from the Institution of Engineers Malaysia, in West Asia Pacific Nation Network member, a WFEO partner. I am honored to be a preliminary judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon. See you there.
Hello everyone, I'm Tony Wilson. I am from sunny Brisbane, Australia, and I am honoured to be preliminary judge for the World Engineering Day Hackathon for 2022.
Massive thank you to all of our incredible judges who looked at all of those entries over the last few weeks. Huge, huge effort. Thank you for contributing your time to select our 9 finalists for the hackathon. We are now going to hear from another one of our hackathon finalists, and we have Team IDIS from Odisha University of Technology and Research in India.
Hi, I'm Anup Paikre.
Hello, I'm Praktisha Sarangi.
And we are Team Indus. We are very honored to have been selected as a finalist in the World Engineering Day Hackathon in 2022. Now please enjoy our entry about P-Free. We work in incentivization of garbage collection. P-Free is an Android application that every individual can download and use to help clean up any rubbish that crosses their path. Have you done this at least once, right? And also this? It is called littering. I also used to do it, and millions of people are still doing it, not knowing its damage to this earth. The plastic that will litter in the road end up in landfills, which degrade the soil and produces more than 100 million tons of methane emission in the United States alone. And the plastic that end up in rivers or canals reaches the ocean, killing around 100 million aquatic animals every single year. Our solution will be free, an Android application that incentivizes public hygiene. So as you can see, just you have to enter your email ID and password. Once you are done with that, you will come to the main page. So here you can see I have put my email ID and I have put my password. So in the main page, you will see this type of image. This is for creating awareness, and if the users see this frequently, slowly and steadily, this type of message will get into their mind. And every time you open, you will get a different message. On the top, you can see the graph. It shows that how much scan you have done on the monthly basis. Now, as you can see, there is a small logo of dustbin in the screen. These are public dustbins or government made dustbin. So here is an example of what is a public dustbin means. So for example, if you have an empty packet of chips, now all you have to do is open your Android application, P-Free application, see the nearest dustbin to your location, and you have to enter within the 5-meter geofence. I repeat, the 5-meter geofence or the virtual radius of the dustbin, which is already been geotagged by us. The moment you enter within the 5-meter geofence of the dustbin, a scan option will be available to you. As you can see in the screen, a scan option is now available. After that, all you have to do is scan the wrapper, and then a reward will be given to you in the next 24 hours in form of coupons or vouchers. The work of the P-Free app is that to bring the user as close as to the dustbin, making him motivating him to throw the wrapper into the dustbin. So this has been done with our technique. Now, as you can see in the reward system, you can see all your coupons and vouchers that you have on, and we are creating a habit over the time, slowly and steadily. As the user keeps on going there, it will form a positive habit of maintaining public hygiene. Here's the leaderboard feature in which you can see your rank as well as the rank of your teammates and people who are using the P-Free. And our final feature is the community, in which you can talk with all the people that are using the P-Free in your locality. You can talk with them, you can discuss matter, you can raise, you can issue with your local municipality, you can report illegal dumps, and also you can plan to have the next cleaning campaign, all in this one. We created P-Free in respect of all the environmental activists who came before us and to guide those who will come after us to create a better world. We need your support in nourishing the next generation of eco-activists together with P-Free.
Congratulations, Team IDIS, a very important issue that you're looking at solving. Our next finalist is Team Ruby from Monash University in Australia.
Hey everyone, my name is John.
I'm Gilbert.
And I'm Aiden, all from Team Ruby, and we're super excited to be selected for the finals.
For World Engineer Hackathon 2022.
Please enjoy our short video about our cost estimation device.
Hello everyone, and happy World Engineering Day. Representing Monash Australia through Team Ruby, our project centers around real-time cost estimation of household electric heaters. Arguably, one of the largest sources of energy waste within a home is the heater, especially in those colder months, where many of us can leave it on and not understand the costs. With this, Our mission is to inform and remind our users of the costs that can come with leaving such a device on, and enable the users to make an informed decision concerning their power consumptions. Originally, our project was inspired by the desert tortoise native to the North American continent. Utilizing its burrows to regulate its evaporative water loss and body temperature so as not to lose unnecessary amounts of water, the tortoise saves a key resource in their environment. Comparably, our device is intended to enable our users to monitor the real-time energy usages of their home heaters so that they may avoid the needless waste of energy and associated costs. The way this information will be provided to our users is through a device that makes use of an LCD screen and simple speaker system, through which a real-time cost estimation and alarm is given. The data required to determine said costs will be gathered through the use of components such as temperature sensors and GPS, both of which are to be powered by lithium-ion batteries whose charging intervals are extended with the use of thermoelectric generators that utilize any available heat.
The mechanical details of our product will be further explained in Vietnamese, followed by Mandarin explanations of its electrical aspects. Mechanical component. Để tạo ra sự thông thoáng giữa bộ tản nhiệt bên trong và các bộ phận điện, đòi hỏi một thiết kế không gian rộng. Những tấm tản nhiệt lớn này là yếu tố cốt lõi để cung cấp sự làm lạnh thụ động cho nguồn phát. Để tránh tiếp xúc nhiệt ở mặt lạnh, in 3D kim loại có thể được sử dụng. Nó cũng sẽ làm cho sản phẩm bền vững và chi phí tổng thể do việc sử dụng công nghệ sản xuất bồi đắp này. Việc lựa chọn kim loại thép tạo ra sự cân bằng giữa độ bền kết cấu và các đặc tính về nhiệt. Tuy nhiên, đi kèm là sự bất lợi về hệ số giãn nở nhiệt cao, dẫn đến việc thiết kế ngầm kẹp phức tạp. Điều này có thể được giải quyết với thiết kế sáng tạo, tạo mẫu nhanh và công nghệ in 3D của thép duplex. Vị trí của thiết bị so với nguồn nhiệt sẽ ảnh hưởng lớn đến chức năng khởi động và cảm biến nhiệt độ tự động của thiết bị. Hơn nữa, dòng khí trong phòng sẽ tạo ra nhiều nhiễu động không mong muốn trên cấu hình nhiệt của các tấm nguồn. Chúng tôi đề xuất một quy trình tinh chỉnh để xác định khoảng cách tối đa từ nguồn phát nhiệt và sự xác nhận bằng mắt về việc hiệu chuẩn thành công khi thiết lập thông qua màn hình LCD. Cần đặc biệt lưu ý giữ nhiệt độ vận hành thấp do tính chất nhạy cảm của thiết bị điện tử. Vị trí của các cảm biến nhiệt độ bên trong và vị trí lắp đặt của các bộ phận này sẽ cần phải tránh xa nguồn nhiệt trực tiếp.
Electrical components 5伏的电压是促成 USB 充电的标准。此外，5伏的电压也足够供电给所有与电池并联的外围组件。这是为了充电源能够同时运行负载和给电池充电。开启主电源后，液晶屏会向顾客显示操作模式，过后产品内置的 GPS 会定位所在地，然后单片机会根据 GPS 所定位的地区计算实时的平均电费。顾客可以在主页面选择所想要的操作模式，例如成本、温度，又或者是时间的最大上限。当顾客选择模式后，计时器就会开始计时。因为电池充电需要调节电流和电压，所以需要串联电压调节器和低功率热传导发电机。如果只是单单使用2颗2600毫安的电池，产品只能运作 2.1 天。但是如果加上热传导发电机，产品能持续运作 73.3 天。
In Melbourne, Australia, the average monthly temperature ranges anywhere from 6 to 26 degrees Celsius, meaning around half the year averages below 15 degrees, with drops below 10 happening even during summer, making the usage of electric heaters very common. Our device is estimated to save roughly $243 Australian per year if heater usage is reduced by 2 hours a day. The total cost of prototyping this device is $164, excluding 3D printing, and could be taken on as a final year project, meaning that the respective university may front the costs.
We thank you for your time, and we hope that you have enjoyed this infographic video by Team Ruby.
We believe a better tomorrow means all people have safe, comfortable spaces to live, learn, work, and play. That fresh, clean air is the standard, both indoors and out, and that everyone has access to healthy food and medicine, no matter where they live. At Train Technologies, we have clear purpose: to boldly challenge what's possible for a sustainable world. As a global climate innovator, we work every day for the bright future we all envision. We've made a pledge to enable opportunity for all, to reduce our customers' emissions by 1 gigaton, and to lead by example with carbon neutral operations. With our 2030 commitments, we've set the pace for positive change in our industry, change that can have a transformative impact on our planet and for future generations. Those commitments are made possible by the people in our company, people who uplift each other and dare to do things differently, teams who innovate to create technology that is good for our customers and better for the world. Our impact extends into our communities, where we help build the next generation of leaders and visionaries by ensuring people of all backgrounds can succeed. We know the bold actions we take today will create a better, stronger world tomorrow. We are Train Technologies, and we invite you to join us in challenging what's possible.
Amazing work, Team Ruby from Monash University in Australia. It's so cool to see some of the hackathon entries solving local challenges, which are also global issues. We are now going to cross back to our China Hub partner, which is the Chinese Association of Science and Technology, the China Association for Science and Technology, where we're going to be looking at their exhibition for engineering.
他们在科技创新的道路上艰难前行，他们面临挑战永不退缩，他们求同存异，他们跨国界团结合作，他们用科技改变生活，他们着眼于全人类共同发展的美好愿景，他们致力于可持续发展目标的实现，让我们遇见更好的未来，他们让梦想照进现实，他们有一个共同的名字——中国工程师。
大家好，欢迎收看2022年世界工程日中国庆祝活动，我是张之豪。今天我们非常有幸的请来了可持续发展大数据国际研究中心主任郭华东院士。
2021年11月5日，我国发射可持续发展科学卫星1号，是全球首颗专门服务联合国2030年可持续发展议程的科学卫星。该卫星通过观察人与自然的交互作用、动态、多尺度、周期性的捕捉人类活动痕迹和地球大数据，为实现可持续发展目标提供丰富的数据支撑。2022年，可持续发展科学卫星1号的数据将向全球免费开放共享，以用作可持续发展研究。
请郭华东院士谈一谈地球大数据在实现联合国2030年可持续发展议程中的作用。郭老师您好，我们想请您先给我们简单科普一下这个地球大数据是什么？
地球大数据这5个字，通俗的讲，与地球有关的地球科学的所有的数据，我们都称为地球大数据。比如像我们大气的数据啊、海洋的数据啊、地质的数据啊、地球化学的数据、地球物理的数据、人类活动的数据等等，我们统称地球大数据。
去年11月5号的时候，我们发射了这个 SDG SAT-1，就是可持续发展这个科学卫星。然后这是全球首个专门服务于这个联合国可持续发展议程的这种科学卫星。请您给我们介绍一下这个卫星的特点和功能。
那么所谓叫可持续发展科学卫星呢，大家都知道，在2015年，联合国推出了2030可持续发展议程。那这个议程的核心呢，就是有17个目标、169个子目标，还有200多个指标。那么面临着这么多的目标、指标和子目标， 怎么开展研究，用什么手段进行研究。那么我们的 SDG 目标呢，有的是很宏观的，比如说研究海洋、陆地、植被、大气这个等等。那么对这样的大尺度的、动态的、经常变化的这个手段呢，我们利用地球大数据就可以进行研究。但是地球大数据有个最关键的手段呢，就是对地观测或者是遥感手段。可持续发展呢，有很多目标和指标。那么监测这些目标呢，它需要用一些特殊专业的一些手段。它对这样的技术呢，就提出了一些新的需求和要求。比如说，我探测可持续发展14，海洋用什么的手段？我探测陆地生物用什么样的手段？这就需要呢，科学家们研制新的传感器，装载在卫星上呢进行探测。于是呢，面临这样的重要的需求，那么我们就提出了要研制可持续发展卫星的概念，用可持续发展卫星呢来监测我们变化着的这个世界。那么特别是一些大的 SDG 目标，水、这个植被，然后呢城市、海洋、陆地，等等等等。
现在这个科学实现和科学评估这个可持续发展目标现在面临哪些问题？然后这个地球大数据的应用可以对解决这些问题起到什么样的作用呢？
这种挑战，首先你监测这些目标的发展和进展就需要数据。那么事实是呢，我们很缺数据。那么我们做了一个统计，那么对于联合国的可持续发展目标的监测呀，缺数据的这些指标就占了一半。那么在这样的前景之下呢，那是很难按时完成的。所以呢，数据的挑战是最严峻的挑战。当然，我们还有其他的挑战，比如说目标繁多，我们的指标多样化的问题。比如说我们在这个世界上，北美、南美、亚洲，我们东盟、这个中亚都不同的一些背景，一个本土化的一些这个问题。另外呢，这个变化的世界还有预前没有想到的一些情况的变化的。那么在这些挑战的前提之下呢，其实最重要的、最严峻的挑战呢，还是数据的挑战，这需要我们迎头而解的一些问题。
去年9月，可持续发展大数据国际研究中心在北京成立，这也是全球首个以大数据来支持 SDG 的这么一个研究中心。请您介绍一下这个中心的现在的一些这个情况。
去年9月份成立这个中心呢，我们叫 CBARS， 全称是可持续发展大数据国际研究中心。确确实实是全球范围内第一个用大数据来研究、来推进可持续发展目标实现的一个国际研究中心。那么这个中心的成立呢，在全球范围内呢，引起了一定的反响。我们尊敬的习近平主席，发来了贺信，他在贺信中间讲到呢，就是说希望各方利用可持续发展大数据国际研究中心这个平台资源，共谋可持续发展之际，我们联合国的秘书长古特雷斯，当天就给我们发来了，他这个视频致辞。他在对我们这个中心的成立表示祝贺的同时，他也希望，我们这个中心和世界上一些这个一些这个节点呢，一块儿合作，然后呢，共同为构建一个全球的可持续发展大数据中心呢贡献力量。
那请问一下，我们这个中心它在这个大数据的服务方面有哪些特色？然后可以帮助我们的用户用好大数据去实现这个 SDG 的目标呢？
实现 SDG 的目标呢，我们这个中心呢设定了5大使命。第一大使命呢，就是要建设可持续发展大数据平台和全球数据产品。那么这个数据产品要提供全球用户来用。那么第二个呢，就是开展我们这个可持续发展目标的指标研究和一些指标评价，科学研究。第三个呢，就发射并运行系列的可持续发展科学卫星，这个源源不断的提供数据源。第四一点呢，其实就是说，开展一些智库研究，和国际上一些组织联合起来，用不同的理念，来推动 SDG 的这个发展。大家都知道，我们世界上，存在着数据鸿沟。 发达国家和发展中国家，其实在这方面差距还是很远的。那么我们特别呢提出来，要对一些发展中国家，特别是一带一路的发展中国家呢，提供技术培训和技术支持。所以从这么一个理念出发呢，我们这个中心，最重要的，就是说对，联合国的一些成员国，特别是发展中国家呢，提供一些数据支持。那么以前的数据共享，一般来讲就是考一考数据就可以了。那么现在呢，我们将数据、计算、服务，打包成一体，让这个一些国家，特别发展中国家呢，能够利用我们的整个的，就是说高水平的这个数据资源来做他们国家的事情。今年4月份呢，我们要主办一个国际会议，在这个会议上呢，我们就要推出一系列的全球的地球大数据数据产品，免费呢，供这个成员国来使用。同时呢，我们也要根据一些国家的这个需求，来专门的生产一些符合它国别研究的一些这个产品。刚才谈到的我们可持续发展大数据，我们发射了一个中心发射的卫星 SDG 卫星，这些卫星的数据呢，到9月份我们把这些数据呢就要提供全球使用了。所以全球，不论哪个国家的，你只要愿意做 SDG 的，你愿意用这个数据的，都可以提出申请，我们呢来免费的提供这些数据。我们把它叫做科学卫星，卫星，是技术，但是科学我们说没有国界。
今天是这个世界工程日，请问您想对这个全世界的这个科学家和工程师们，说什么？有什么建议？然后让大家这个继续为可持续发展献力。
我觉得工程师们，担负着重要的这个使命，因为特别是技术创新对推进可持续发展特别的重要。我刚才讲到的一些技术，比如说发射卫星，比如说进行信息这个处理，比如说将一些前沿的技术综合起来，然后来打包形成我们推动可持续发展的技术包等等，都需要工程师们呢，在这儿来做。我们这个地球，已经有46亿年的历史了。只要有地球存在，只要这个地球上有人类存在，那么这个可持续发展就是个永恒的命题。所以呢，可持续发展是我们未来永远要面临的问题。那么在这样面临的这个挑战面前呢，我们人人都有使命。我们的这个尊敬的工程师们，你们肩负着这个重任，因为可持续发展是我们共同的目标，技术创新也是我们共同的手段。让我们利用我们的技术创新手段，为全球的可持续发展呢，一起来贡献我们应该贡献的力量。谢谢。
感谢郭院士的分享，谢谢。了解完我们地球家园的可持续发展目标后，让我们用中国天眼把目光投向更遥远的星辰大海，去探索宇宙深处的奥秘。
500米口径球面射电望远镜被誉为中国天眼，是具有我国自主知识产权、世界最大单口径、最灵敏的单口径射电望远镜。截止目前，中国天眼共发现约500颗脉冲星，成为自其运行以来世界上发展脉冲星效率最高的设备。2021年3月11日 ，FAST 正式向全球开放共享，已有14个国家，不含中国的27份国际项目获得批准，并启动科学观测。
今天我们非常有幸的请来了 FAST 中国天眼的总工程师姜鹏老师，请姜鹏老师给我们分享一下中国天眼背后的故事以及它的国际合作情况。姜鹏老师您好，我们就想请问一下，最开始这个中国天眼建设的初衷是什么？
中国天眼的初衷，它还是面向天文学的，是建立一个有史以来，灵敏度最高的一台射电望远镜，帮助这个天文学家站在人类视野最前沿，探索宇宙的奥秘，这是它最原始的初衷。
那我们请姜鹏老师介绍一下中国天眼的工程特色和它的一些优势。
它的最大特色就是它的望远镜的设计概念跟以前其他所有望远镜的设计概念是完全不同的。它采用了全新的设计理念，进而能突破了这个传统望远镜一般是在100米工程这样极限，建造了人类有史以来最大的一台望远镜，所以它的灵敏度就极高，它可以达到世界第2大望远镜，就是 RAC 国的2.5倍以上，所以它在灵敏度嘛，这最重要参数上它是有绝对的领先优势的。比如它的结构方面来讲， 它是世界上跨度最大的啊，它500米的跨度，但是这个精度要求是极高的啊，需要达到毫米级的精度，这是工业领域里一般很难在这个尺度上实现的精度。同时呢，它工作方式又极其特殊，所以要在测量、控制等手段要想一些非常奇妙的方法来解决这个问题。其实这个困难在建设过程中我们遇到的还是非常多的，包括锁疲劳的问题啊，包括最后调试遇到各种挑战，其实对我们来讲也是头一次遇到。所以这些困难克服其实就是你需要沉下心去把事情做实。有些看似越简单的问题，其实处理起来难度是越大的。所以你不能放过任何一个小细节。
中国天眼不仅是世界上最大最灵敏的射电望远镜，当时同时还说也是这个世界上最美的一个望远镜。那请问您怎么理解通过工程实现这个中国天眼的美呢？
这个美呢，应该来讲跟这个这个项目的奠基人南仁东先生还有很大关系。他本身呢，在这个美术方面就很强的造诣啊，所以呢，这个在我们结构的设计过程中，包括我们这个结构的颜色的搭配，都充分的考虑了这些在美学方面的这些需求。当然，这工程结束之后呢，又有更多层次的这个含义了。比如呢，它是一台天文的观测设备，它可以满足我们很多人的关于这个神秘空间的这种想象，对，这是它一个特点。同时呢，它有很多人文的故事，对吧？还有这人文故事呢，也是很吸引人的一方面。还有一个比较重要的特点呢，就是它具有这个什么呢？非常宏伟的这个外观和自然的风景。所以我们经常说，发的不仅是一个科学仪器，同时也是一道非常亮丽的科学风景线。
现在中国天眼这个出了哪些亮点成果？您能跟我们分享一下吗？
它目前的一些科学成果，包括我们发现的脉冲星，已经是超过500颗了。远远的领先世界其他望远镜。同时呢，在快速射电暴，这是近几年兴起的一个新的天文学现象。那我们给出了非常严格的限定包括这个它的爆发起源，对吧？它的爆发机制都有更深层次的理解。我们还通过了载线自吸入的方法，探测到了这个冷暗云核中的磁场分布，所以在恒星的形成过程中，磁场扮演的这种作用给出了一个非常严格的限定。
去年4月，中国天眼正式向国际同行公开。那请问这个现在中国天眼的这个国际合作情况是怎么样的呢？
现在来讲是有很多国家开始通过这个申请来开始使用我们的望远镜了。目前呢，我们收到了来自于14个不同国家的申请，所以整个来覆盖面应该说还是比较广。很多这个观测数据已经通过硬盘的方式向国外进行邮寄了。甚至也有很多科学家开始处理这些数据了。我们依然还是保持着这种开放的心态，欢迎全世界的科学家共享这台设备，对吧？这是世界上最优良的一台望远镜，也希望发挥全世界人类的这个智慧，最优秀的科学家智慧，来把这台望远镜的功能充分的发挥好，探索这个我们头顶上共同的这片天空。这也体现了这个一个大国的担当。也体现了人类的命运共同体。
众所周知，中国天眼的团队非常年轻。请问您认为培养一个优秀的青年工程师最重要的条件是什么？您觉得是什么力量，然后促使着这么多青年工程师为中国天眼付出？
我觉得最重要的是环境培养一个工程师是需要非常好的一个环境的。就是我们呢会给下面工作人员呢提供一个比较这个平和的少受外界干扰的这么一个工作环境，可以长时间的就10几年、20年无一日从事自己感兴趣的这个工作的。虽然工作上是一种奉献，但对自己来讲也是一种享受。
今天我们还请到了一位工程师代表程明明教授。
程明明，南开大学教授，国家万人计划清拔优青。他的主要研究方向是计算机视觉。在国际顶级刊物发表学术论文100余篇，论文被引用2.7万余次，单篇最高引用4000余次。
请他分享一下计算机领域的优秀青年工程师最重要的素质是什么？有请。
作为一个计算机的工程师，我们首先的一个任务是用工程技术的手段去解决实际应用中所碰到的各种实际的问题。 因此呢，在解决工程问题的过程中呢，我认为有3点的素质非常重要，包括创新意识、服务意识以及团队意识。其中创新意识主要是因为我们在工程技术解决实际问题的过程中，往往是通过一些发明一些工程的技术的手段，系统性的去解决实际的问题。其次是服务的意识，这种服务的意识呢，主要体现在我们在工作的过程中，需要我们去解决在实际的服务中所发现的重要的一些问题，而不是人云亦云的或者臆想出来的一些虚的问题。所以服务意识非常重要。第3呢是团队的意识，这主要是因为我们的工程技术问题往往不是一个人或者一个小的群体能够解决的，很多时候需要大量的工程师协同配合去完成。因此呢，在这个过程中，大家的通力合作非常重要，团队的合作非常重要。其次呢，团队之间的技术传承、技术交流、相互促进也非常重要。世界工程日是联合国教科文组织设立和倡导的关于工程师的一个节日，其目的主要是为了提醒人们工程技术对于提升人类日常生活水平以及促进社会可持续发展方面的重要作用。作为工程师中的一员，世界工程日给我们一个重大的鼓舞。其次呢，在世界工程日这一天呢，我也希望能够去呼吁和号召更多的青年人，特别是青年学生，从事工程相关的工作，在未来的工作和生活中，更多的利用工程技术的手段去改善我们的日常生活。
At Epicenter Consulting Engineers, we are passionate about the projects that we deliver and the outcomes that we deliver as part of these projects. We believe that these project outcomes positively impact people's everyday lives. We deliver these outcomes by communicating and working collaboratively within project teams to understand our clients' requirements and to deliver optimal engineering solutions to meet these requirements. We understand that our work isn't about providing innovative technical designs. Our work isn't about delivering a commercial, industrial, healthcare or residential project. Our work is actually about delivering outcomes for the people that use, live in and rely on the projects that we deliver. Our work delivers joy to people in good times and brings hope to people during difficult times. Our work delivers improvements in the quality of life of people in our communities who require care and assistance. Our work allows people and families to form stronger friendships and bonds by maximising the enjoyment they get from their downtime. Our work enables people to reconnect and reunite with family and friends. Our work helps preserve the past, as well as helping to shape the future. At Epicenter, we help our clients leave their mark on the world and help make the world a better place for everyone.
Very special thank you to our hub partners, the China Association for Science and Technology. Did you know they have 80 million members? How incredible is that, thinking that there's 80 million members in China celebrating World Engineering Day? We now have a personal message from Shahbaz Khan, the UNESCO Director in China.
Now we would like to invite UNESCO Beijing Office Director Shahbaz Khan.
Distinguished guests, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to speak to you today and welcome you to this very exciting 2021 Engineering for Sustainable Development Symposium. To begin with, I would like to thank International Center for Engineering Education under the auspices of UNESCO ICEE for your kind invitation, your wonderful contributions, and certainly for organizing this wonderful event. Ladies and gentlemen, you would agree with me, engineering is about knowledge and practice of solving problems. Engineering as a profession has played an important role in meeting basic human needs, alleviating poverty, promoting secure and sustainable development, responding to emergency situations, reconstructing infrastructure, bridging the knowledge divide, and promoting intercultural cooperation. And certainly, innovation and finding solutions for commercial efforts as well as for human rights is at the heart of engineering. Engineering has also contributed to our survival during disasters and during public health emergencies such as COVID-19. We as engineers have been creating new products and services which are needed for present day problems. So in the context of sustainable development and in the context of disaster risk reduction, we need to continue to build capacities of present and future engineers and bring the concept of sustainability into engineering practice at all levels. Ladies and gentlemen, 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development presents a blueprint for action. With the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, none of the goal is achieved without the right kind of engineering approach and with the right kind of science, engineering, and technological innovation, which can only be put into practice by the engineers. UNESCO is working with its member states, with our international partners like the World Federation of Engineering Organizations, with the Federation of Engineering Organizations in Asia, FIAP, and of course through ICEE on the curricular development and the capacity building. We need to continue to work together towards greener technologies and the better application of engineering. I'm sure you know in 2014, President Xi Jinping has stated that China would promote innovation in engineering to realize the peaceful and sustainable development while he was addressing the International Conference on Engineering, Science and Technology. President Xi has described engineering as a transformational force to change the world, to help China to achieve social and economic progress. And certainly with Belt and Road Initiative, engineering is at the heart of it. Together, we can help solve the global challenges and reach sustainable development through shared benefits and through people-to-people exchanges, Chinese happiness and the world's happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, engineering education and sustainable engineering features prominently as key areas addressed within UNESCO's Engineering Initiative, UEI. UEI is fostering scientific cooperation, exchanges, partnerships through governmental and non-governmental organizations, multinational corporations, engineering education institutions, and the aim is to encourage investment in applied research and training. That's where we need to continue to work together, bringing greater cooperation, for example, with WFEO, with IEEE, and how can we bring the young individuals to have more interest in engineering profession and also our engineering institutions become cutting edge institutions at all levels, and we continue to provide CPD, the continuous professional development. ICEE is a very important partner for the last 5 years since its establishment, and certainly is going to be a key resource for UNESCO member states in the field of engineering education. ICEE has actively participated in organizing and writing UNESCO reports such as the Engineering Report for Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenges like COVID-19 are still ongoing. We still need more engineering technology and innovation. We need to continue to influence and change the development patterns of our society. For green transformation, for better economies, we need better education, education for the practitioners, as well as for better research as well. We need to confront the global crisis together, and that's where we need engineers to be at the forefront of sustainable development. Thank you very much, and certainly this is a great symposium. All of us will achieve what is needed urgently for the world today. Thank you.
We are back live celebrating World Engineering Day for 24 hours live here in Epicenter Studios in Sydney, Australia. We have had an incredible turnout for this celebration, and the judges for our hackathon, which has been launched as part of this year's celebrations, have been incredible. We heard from the preliminary judges, and we're about to hear from our 6 finalist judges that come from 5 countries. They represent UNESCO, Engineers Without Borders International, the World Federation of Engineering Organisations Young Engineer, Future Engineer Leader Committee, the International Network of Women Engineers and Scientists, the International Engineering Alliance, and the International Federation for Engineering Education Society. Let's meet our finalist judges.
Hi, I am Amal Kasri, Chief of Section of Basic Science and Engineering at UNESCO. We have a long history of working with WFEO for more than 50 years. As a judge, I'm really looking forward to these challenges to see how they will contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals.
Hi, I'm Katie Cresswell-Maynard from Engineers Without Borders International. I'm a finalist judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon. And what am I most looking forward to about taking on this role as judge? Well, I'm really looking forward, first and foremost, to see all of the excitement and enthusiasm and passion from the students that are going to get involved. But in particular, I'm really looking forward to seeing how each student or student team incorporates consideration for both the people and the environment as part of their engineering design. So what does that mean? Well, for me, when you're talking about people, that's how well have they considered the different perspectives that may be brought to the table in terms of people that have influence on the engineering design, people who may benefit from the engineering design, and people who may be affected by the engineering design. How well have they identified those, and how well have they considered and put that into consideration for their engineering design? And similarly with environment. So are there ways in which the environment can be best utilized to benefit the engineering design itself? And also, how can the engineering design benefit the environment? Can it be regenerative in any way? So I'm really looking forward to seeing all the designs this year. I wish everyone participating the very best of luck, and I look forward to seeing who gets through to the final in 2022.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Engineer Firas Boudiab, the chair of the Young Engineers Future Leaders Committee at the World Federation of Engineering Organizations. I'm a finalist judge in the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon, which is an international competition for engineering students working in teams for a global real-world problem. As a judge, I will put my expertise to fairly and reasonably assess the different teams' works for the various components of the projects.
Hi, I'm Najla Triki from INVEST, International Network of Women Engineers and Scientists. I'm a finalist judge in the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon. I am extremely pleased and honored to be part of the judge and to play a role in promoting innovative solutions proposed by young students and answering to global problems of the society. I'm sure that the collective intelligence and the collaboration between members of different teams will allow them to excel and to propose exceptional solutions. I'm really looking forward to hearing from them, and I wish all of them very good luck. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Leo Kempel from Michigan State University, and I'm a finalist judge for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon. One of the things I'm going to be particularly looking forward to as a judge is seeing the creative solutions that diverse teams have to real-world problems.
Hi, I am Bülent Özgüler, a professor of electrical engineering at Bilkent University, Ankara, Turkey. I represent International Engineering Alliance, a global alliance of educational accreditation institutions and professional engineering organizations, a WFEO partner. I am looking forward to see some groundbreaking, innovative engineering solutions towards problems by student teams in this competition. Thank you.
A massive thank you to our finalist judges on selecting the winner for the hackathon. We'll be learning live when we're in Costa Rica towards the end of our 24 hours who the winner is. Our next hackathon entry comes from the Philippines. The team is called Wonder Pets and they are from Batangas State University in the Philippines.
Hi, I'm RJ.
Hi, I'm Gia.
Hi, and I'm Nicole.
And we are Team Wonder Pets.
We are very honored to have been selected as a finalist in the World Engineering Day Hackathon in 2022.
Please enjoy our entry about water remediation using metal organic frameworks derived from PET bottles.
Our study aims to address SDG 6 and 12.
Maraming salamat po and mabuhay!
You've undoubtedly heard the term water crisis. Perhaps you have already heard that 2.4 billion people do not have access to basic sanitation facilities. First, 80% of the wastewater generated by human activities are disposed into the bodies of water with no pollution remediation.
Toxic pollutants from numerous sectors have made their way into many water sources today. We need potable water to drink and to bathe, as well as to irrigate our lands and feed our pets and livestock. SDG 6 is more important than ever for humanity's survival, as water is life and it affects us in a variety of ways.
Despite the fact that water treatment technologies are used in industries, several of these have drawbacks. Among treatment methods, adsorption is found to be most effective due to its low cost, simple, and efficient design. However, conventional adsorbents have drawbacks that restrict their applications on a large scale. To address the limits of conventional adsorbents, we propose the use of metal organic frameworks or MOFs, a novel material explored for its potential in various environmental applications. We aim to use MOFs for the removal of a range of pollutants from wastewater to contribute to SDG 6. MOFs has what we call a breathing ability, which allows them to host guest molecules and push them out once external stimuli is applied. This ability allows it to remove a large amount of pollutants and to be regenerated and reused, making it sustainable for water treatment. With its novelty, its raw materials and production process still need improvement. How do we aim to address this? By recycling plastic bottles. With our knowledge in chemical engineering, we know that a certain component in plastic bottles can help us in producing MOFs in a less expensive and more environmental-friendly way. Over 3.8 million tons of plastic bottles are produced yearly, and only 7% of this are recycled, leaving the rest to pollute our waters and lands and affect wildlife. Repurposing them and giving them second life as protectors of our environment will contribute to responsible consumption and production, which is also another SDG we aim to address.
As a chemical engineering students, we developed a novel approach in the production of MOF adsorbents in a way that reduces costs, eliminates toxic reagents, and minimizes energy requirements. MOFs are composed of metal ions and organic linkers. To reduce cost, we use PET bottles as the source of our organic linker called TPA. We applied green method in extracting TPA from PET bottles through microwave depolymerization. TPA is non-dissolvable in water, requiring the process to use toxic organic solvents and extreme conditions to form MOFs.
Applying our engineering and chemistry knowledge, we converted TPA so that it readily dissolves in water.
This method enabled us to prepare MOF using just water as solvent and ambient conditions as opposed to conventional methods.
We successfully produced MOF in this novel approach and use it in removing dyes from water through adsorption. Aside from dyes, MOFs can also be used for the removal of pollutants like heavy metals and organic contaminants. Using our knowledge in separation principles from chemical engineering, we further improved the adsorption process using modeling, analysis, and optimization with the help of tools like Design Expert and Origin. The MOFs we produce cost a lot less than commercially available ones. 1 gram costs us only about $4 to make compared to $67 available MOF in the market. The total estimated expenses in this project is only $500. We aim to get funding from partnerships with different universities and government institutions. We would want to further collaborate with industries in the nations in order to pilot test our technology in an operational wastewater treatment plant. State institutions may also be involved to safeguard the program's long-term viability by providing support for policy formulations for water pollution prevention.
There's a lot to learn about MOFs. Aside from PET bottles, other PET-containing waste may be investigated, and metal scraps may be utilized as a metal precursor for MOF synthesis, which will be a part of a greater research that will be completed in a year or two. We researchers want to work with several organizations to investigate MOF as a 3D material. 3D printing offers another level to MOF manufacturing in terms of customizability, speed, and reusability in large-scale treatment.
Our team, Wonder Pets, hailing from different cities of Batangas Province, Philippines, came and worked together in crafting our solution on water remediation using MOFs derived from PET bottles. Targeting both SDG 6 and 12, our solution aims to merge waste valorization and value adding with a challenge of clean water and sanitation. Through waste recycling, we aim to build back wiser. And through water remediation using MOFs, we aim to engineer a better future.
In the early days of Intel, Robert Noyce once said, "Don't be encumbered by history,
go off and do something wonderful. And wonderful, we did. For more than 50 years, we transformed computing, putting Intel Silicon at the heart of innovation. But with all the breakthroughs we made, all the possibilities we created, what's truly wonderful is we did it together.
Let's go higher, higher than we've ever gone before.
And today, as we head into the future, fueled by cloud, AI, 5G, and the incredible potential of data, we are united by what we must do. We're making Intel hardware and software a catalyst for a better tomorrow. To protect our planet, make technology accessible to all, and enrich the lives of every person on Earth. Because the truth is, if you have an idea and Intel inside, you have everything you need to go off and do something wonderful.
Incredible work from the Philippines. Congratulations, Team Wonder Pets, on making it as one of our finalists. We're now about to hear another entry for the hackathon, another one of our finalists. We're going again to Canada. We're going to hear from Team Mobile Rain Harvesting, and they are from the University of British Columbia in Canada.
My name is Patrick Jillick Rodriguez. And I'm Ammar Zawahir. I'm Wilson Holland.
And I'm Adam Friska.
We are Team Mobile Rainwater Harvesting System, and we are honored to be selected as finalists for the 2022 World Engineering Day Hackathon. Please enjoy our entry about collecting rainwater to provide clean drinking water to Native communities in Canada. That's how you'd expect to get drinking water in Canada, but for many Indigenous communities, that's not the case. There are 35 long-term and 26 short-term drinking water advisories in Indigenous communities across Canada. This does not include private systems. Waters are contaminated with bacteria, chemicals, and/or heavy metals, depending on the community. Water in these communities is regulated by the federal government, and not the provincial government, which applies to all other Canadians. So the water quality is not held to the same standard. Since 2016, the government invested $6.2 billion to solving this issue. However, this takes a long time because water treatment plants take 3 to 4 years to build. All the remaining water advisories are either do not consume or boil water advisories, so they're not safe for drinking, but they're also not safe for cleaning babies or elderly. So to deal with the dirty water, people must either boil the water or they have to get it in by trucks, which is inefficient and expensive. The mobile rain harvesting system provides drinking water to households in Canadian Indigenous communities. As such, we are addressing UN Sustainability Target 6.1 by achieving universal and equitable access to clean drinking water for all.
Our product is designed to be retrofitted to a standard 250-liter rain barrel. The container is to be made of high-density polyethylene since it is safe, durable, and recyclable.
The system features a 10 square meter catchment surface, utilizing a hybrid polyester and polyurethane material that is supported by flexible metal rods for easy setup and takedown. This system will collect 15 liters per hour from rainfall. We are not using a rooftop system since debris and toxins from roofing materials can leach into the water. The flexible material of the catchment system can also be cleaned more easily, putting less stress on the ceramic filters.
First, the water passes through the mesh filter, which is used to remove large debris. Then the water passes through ceramic candle filters, which filter 1 liter of water per hour. Our system has 4 ports to attach a filter, meaning you can have up to 4 liters per hour of filtration flow rate. Of the many methods of purifying water, reverse osmosis, UV, ion exchange filters, and distillation, we chose ceramic candle filters for the following reasons. They are effective in removing bacteria, protozoa, viruses, and fine particles from the water. It also greatly improves the taste and smell of water. It is passive and operates under gravity. It is cheap, costing roughly $50 each, and must only be replaced about every 6 months. They are easily set up, cleaned, and are widely available.
A mechanical pump is mounted to the side of the container that will pump water from the clean water basin out of the barrel. The pump is the best option as it is cheap, can be replaced easily, and has little negative effect on the environment. In total, one unit will cost $550.
Our product does not require energy and is made of environmentally friendly materials. Mitigating the need for water trucks reduces carbon emissions. Our solution is inclusive because we are helping indigenous communities which are often neglected due to colonization. Helping them reduces disparities in water distribution across Canada.
To make our project a reality, we would seek to build a few units using money from local competitions, funds from the university, and effective digital marketing. We could then find funds to manufacture a myriad of units to sell to indigenous communities. This product can also be generalized and distributed all over the world. Everyone contributed to all parts of the project, but each member focused on what best suits their abilities. Patrick worked on the background research and worked with Amar to come up with the design. Adam made the CAD model using SolidWorks, and Wilson led the video production. Throughout the project, we kept in touch through Discord and scheduled in-person work sessions. We used PowerPoint presentations, sketches, and CAD models to facilitate sharing ideas. Thank you for watching our video, and a special thanks to the judges and organizers for their time.
Congratulations, team. Another amazing entry into the hackathon. What an awesome design. Really, really well done. We are now going to hear from Professor Gon Ki, who is the president of the World Federation of Engineering Organizations. And he's going to be speaking a little bit about some of the challenges that are facing us as engineers to create a sustainable future.
Next, I'd like to present to you the president of the World Federation of Engineering Organization, Professor Gong Ke. Professor Gong Ke is going to talk about engineering to accelerate delivery of SDGs. Now the floor is yours, Professor Gong.
Thank you, Professor Wang. Ladies and gentlemen, good day. I would like to take these a few minutes to talk about the musts for the engineering to accelerate the delivery on the SDGs. Could you see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the previous speakers talked a lot about engineering and sustainable development. I think here you see WFEO, the World Federation of Engineering Organizations, has mentioned by Dr. Marlin Konga. That is the peak engineering organization of the world. Consists of hundreds of national members and international members and associates. Our mission is to leveraging engineering for accelerating the delivery on the SDGs. The SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, is the world common goals to sustain human being and our planet. In his congratulation letter to the 50 years anniversary of the World Federation of Engineering Organization, Secretary General Antonio Guterres has said, when we strive to achieve the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, the world blueprint for building a future of peace and prosperity for all on a healthy world, healthy planet, every one of the goals requires solutions rooted in science, technology, and engineering. So that shows the great responsibility for engineer to achieve these sustainable development goals. So the first must for engineers is that engineers must fully realize our responsibility to accelerate the delivery on the SDGs. For example, SDG 7 is about affordable and clean energy. To achieve this goal, need engineering and engineers, not only energy-related engineers, but all engineers, because we are either produce or provide energy or use energy. All engineers are relevant to SDG Goal 7 as well as other SDGs. The second must is that engineers must work in an effective interdisciplinary manner. This is an inherent requirement of the SDGs, for they are integrated and indivisible and balance the three dimensions of sustainable development: the economic, social, and environmental. And here, this figure shows how these goals are interconnected. They're very closely interconnected. And that nature tells us, our engineers, if we really want to have make effective solutions for achieve the SDGs, we need to work collaboratively from different disciplines. According to the report, the Global Sustainable Development Report 2019, there are some levers and entry points for integrated implementation of the SDGs has been proposed. The levers are governance, economy and finance, individual and collective action, and science and technology. We engineers are working using these levers, science and technology, on the entry points, which are human well-being and capability, sustainable and just economy, energy decarbonization with access, food system and nutrition patterns, urban and peri-urban development, global environmental commons, especially the climate change. So all these works are not a single disciplinary work. We need interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary team work together to reach these goals. So that requires the engineering transform itself. The engineering profession today has been developed along with the previous industrial revolution, to which division is a distinguished characteristic. This division of labor and of engineering disciplines brings higher efficiency of works, but also brings some kind of constraints of thinking and working. Therefore, the engineering profession needs to revisit its principles of its practice, including research and development, education and professional development, in order to provide and implement multidisciplinary solutions so that engineering and engineers could fulfill its mission of accelerating the delivery on the SDGs. Talking about the transform of engineering profession, we would like to mention a very important aspect is to transform engineering profession from a male-dominated profession to a gender balanced profession. So WFU has did a lot of work with our partners to promote the gender equality in engineering. The third must to accelerate the delivery on the SDGs that engineers must leveraging the emerging technologies proactively and ethically. Talking about emerging technology, we talk about digital technology, but not only digital technology, also other technologies such as bioengineering, new materials, and so on and so forth. But digital technology is playing a leading role in the emerging industrial revolution. For example, to implement the SDG 11, big data and artificial intelligence could make big help to build smart cities and smart communities. Here is an example we have achieved in China, in the city named Hangzhou. That is a big city with millions of populations, and there's a big lake in the center of the city. So the transportation is very difficult to plan and to avoid suggestions. However, with the help of big data and the implementation of smart city, the traffic congestions and accidents has significantly cut down. This city was ranked top 4 of the most congested city in China. Now it's down to 57. And another example shows us using the big data and artificial intelligence, we can make our infrastructure more resilient. However, using these new technology, we need perform ethically. Recently, UNESCO has adopted the recommendation of ethics of artificial intelligence. And this is a first ever United Nations document set the global normative framework where giving the states the responsibility to apply it at their level. In fact, WFU has also released the principles for responsible conduct of big AI and artificial intelligence on the occasion of the first celebration of the World Engineering Day, 4th March 2020. And now we are going to further update our model code of ethics to in line with the new technologies and the United Nations ethics guide. So the fourth must is engineers must join our hands globally. Here I feel the hands to accelerate the delivery of the SDGs. And the importance of global collaboration has mentioned repeatedly by the previous speakers, and I think that also speaks by itself. What I want to say is that WFEO itself is a big platform for international collaboration, especially for engineering collaboration globally. Here you see the flagship activity of WFU, UNESCO, and FIO every year in the African continent. And we have initiated the establishment of the World Engineering Day for Sustainable Development, which is adopted by UNESCO. The day is on the 4th of March. Next year, we are going to celebrate the World Engineering Day with two major activities. One is a 24-hour live broadcasting. Another one is the World Engineering Hackathon. Focused on the theme of the next year's World Engineering Day, Build Back Wiser, Engineering the Future. The World Engineering Day Hackathon will encourage engineering students to work in team towards a global real-world problem in implementing related SDGs. Please visit our website and get more information about the hackathon. All of you and your university students are welcome to join this hackathon. So in summary, to accelerate the delivery on the SDGs, we must fully realize our responsibility of achieving SDGs. Must work in an effective interdisciplinary manner, must leveraging the emerging technology, especially digital technology, proactively and ethically. And we must join our hand globally Thank you very much. I stop here.
Hello and welcome back. We are live celebrating World Engineering Day, and we have got our fabulous social media wall up behind us. So if you are tagging #World Engineering Day, you may see yourself featured. We've had awesome stuff coming through. Mel, can you give us an update on what's happening on social media?
Absolutely. The first one up that we've got here is from a company called Moog. It really stood out for me because it really showed the diversity that you have as engineers in this, even just this one company. You've got old guys, you've got young guys, you've got girls. Really cool headband there with that girl there. And you know, it's really a great diversity snapshot of this one company. So I really wanted to point that one out. We've also got one of our partners, Engineers Without Borders. They're doing a great quiz, so go and check it out. This is on Instagram. On their Instagram, they've got a link in there, and I think I've read that it's on a whole bunch of other social media things. So go and look at their quick 3-minute quiz to test your understanding and see if you can beat their Engineers Without Borders sustainable engineering experts.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Challenge. I know. So go on over there and check out what Engineers Without Borders are doing. Next up, I've seen a few posts from one today, and I just love this shot. The fact that they've really taken the branding of World Engineering Day that we've put out there and, just build back better and everything like that. This is a great shot here. And they just seem so proud of their well-established engineering team, and they're winning awards and kicking goals. So well done to one. This one here is AFRIQ Academy. So they're, just showing the power of what they're able to do in their academy and just really going out there supporting their engineers and supporting engineers everywhere. So great post there. This one I loved. This one, they are actually a student club. They're going to a student club and they're inspiring children. And the high schools enjoyed discovering the engineering world and were amazed by the circuits and works presented to them. So well done. I'd love to see more of that. And if you're an engineer, just go out and talk to the local schools and high schools and see if you can inspire them to consider engineering. This one I loved as well. So even if it slightly interests you, just give it a go. It is a very rewarding career. So that's from Bethany Story, a site engineer at Decmil, would it be? Decmil. And so she was saying she formed a keen interest in bridges due to growing up around the industry. So her main draw card was wanting to be able to construct them. So who doesn't love building a bridge? We've also got so much here, I know. Certify has done a great post. I'm really seeing a theme about this solar power or renewable energy coming out a lot in these posts and a lot of the imagery that's coming out today. And so thank you, Certify, for putting a post up there to show what you do and to say hi to all those engineers. Love this one. Big Bright, happy World Engineering Day. Can't go past that one. Thank you, TMK Consulting Engineers. A real equal opportunity employer, they're saying there. So I love to see that kind of support going out to engineers of all different types out there. Okay, Achilles Legacy. Celebrate your engineering friends today. Definitely. I think, Felicity, you were saying, I haven't seen any yet, but what was it? Talk to us about... put out what you wanted to be, see what engineers can do. There was some sort of challenge that you had mentioned earlier.
I think, celebrate an engineer, find out, what engineers design things that you love. It's a great opportunity for celebration, to thank an engineer, or maybe there's something that you want an engineer to help you solve. Maybe you've got a challenge yourself for sustainable development that you would love to see solved. So shout out to your engineering buddies, #World Engineering Day. We'll see it and we'll spread the word here on World Engineering Day.
I have one more, if I can.
Go for it.
All right, this one I really liked as well. It's a little video that the SPEL has put in, just celebrating their engineers and the work that they've done on stormwater, which is a really great one considering what's going on around the world today. But It's just showing that engineers help build a sustainable world, and look at some of the amazing, beautiful things that they've been involved in. So thank you, Spell, for putting that together and putting it up on social media for us to share with the world today. Back
Amazing.
to you.
What an incredible celebration of engineering from all around the world today. Thanks for the update, Mel. And if you would like to come up on our feed, don't forget to hashtag World Engineering Day. Next up, we are going to hear from the Institute of Engineers in Malaysia.
The Institution of Engineers Malaysia, or IEM, is the premier professional organization committed to excellence in engineering. Founded in 1959, IEM promotes and advances the science and profession of engineering in all its disciplines. Our members have been instrumental in the growth of Malaysia, having contributed to the sustainable socio-economic development across the country. IEM is one of the largest professional bodies in Malaysia. Membership is growing rapidly each year. The membership of IEM consists of two classes, namely corporate members and non-corporate members. The institution accepts only the highest standards in admitting corporate members into the institution. Applicants have to go through stringent interviews, and acceptance is based on experience and credentials. IEM only accepts qualifications from institutions recognized by the Engineering Accreditation Council of Malaysia, EAC. IEM has signed MOUs and agreements of cooperation with local and foreign institutions, universities, local councils to cement closer inter-institution cooperation. Since 1997, the institution has become the hub of engineering cooperation in the region. IEM hosts the Secretariat of the ASEAN Engineering Register (AER) and processes applications from IEM members for the APEC or International Professional Engineer Registers. The institution shares its views pertaining engineering matters and policies with various government ministries and agencies, relevant stakeholders, as well as the general public. IEM issues position papers on engineering matters that are of concern to the profession and the community. IEM has various technical divisions and special interest groups to cover the whole spectrum of engineering disciplines. The Young Engineer Section YES caters for activities for graduate and student members. The IEM Women Engineer Section celebrates the contribution of women in engineering, science and technology. IEM has a solid network across Malaysia. In addition to its headquarters that caters to its members in the Klang Valley, IEM has 12 other branches nationwide. To service the needs and interests of its members, the institution conducts regular technical conferences, seminar, workshops, and technical visits to uphold the quality of engineering. The IEM Awards are created to confer recognition to an individual, organization, or body for an engineering achievement in Malaysia. The institution offers the IEM Scholarship to deserving Malaysian engineering students to further their studies at local universities. IEM publishes biannual journals and monthly bulletins named the Jurutera for circulation to its members. The world is changing at an accelerating rate, and so is engineering. IEM will ensure that Malaysia's engineering capabilities will give it the edge to be the significant player not only in the ASEAN region but also globally.
Fellow engineers, ladies and gentlemen, engineering is a great enabler for the socio-economic advancement that we enjoy around the world. From agriculture, mining, manufacturing, healthcare, transportation, and housing, none of these few could realize the fantastic achievement today without the work of engineers. Therefore, in November 2019, UNESCO has adopted a resolution at their 40th General Conference to proclaim 4th of March every year as the World Engineering Day for Sustainable Development. In the past, many of the economic development projects were carried out with little consideration on the adverse impacts. Mitigation measures often came as an afterthought. Therefore, as we are facing mounting global challenges such as pollution, depletion of resources, climate change, and disruptions to the ecosystem, engineers today are expected to embrace a paradigm shift to contribute towards a more sustainable, equitable, and stable world. To uphold intergenerational justice, we must only adopt development that meets the present needs without jeopardizing the ability of future generations to meet their needs. In Malaysia, we have electric autonomous rapid transit in Iskandar, Malaysia. Plenty of solar farms, including a floating one in Dengkio. Several waste-to-energy plants around the country, eco-viaducts for safe wildlife passage in Pahang and Terengganu, and even solar-powered river cleaning barge in Sungai Klang. New mindset is the key to sustainability. For instance, it is no longer about controlling the nature, but to coexist with the nature. To make the world more sustainable, we need to devise a holistic strategy that allows the society, the economy, and the environment to function harmoniously without jeopardizing one another. This requires a close collaboration among us, fellow engineers, decision makers, and the general population, or in short, all the stakeholders, in order to produce a satisfactory solution to all. I know this is never easy, but there are a few devices on how to be successful in your engineering career. It is important to define your goals clearly, commit yourself to continuous professional development, constantly improve your soft skills, be detail-oriented, learn from mistakes, be optimistic, and embrace change. And when you are in doubt, seek help from experts or mentors. Always strive to achieve a healthy work-life balance. I wish you great success in your career. Together, we will reduce the inequality and uplift the standards of living for all. We from the Institutions of Engineers Malaysia, IEM, would like to wish all of you a happy World Engineering Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oon Chin Loon, who is the President of the Institution for Engineers in Malaysia. We are now going to speak with Professor Gon Key, who is the current President of the World Federation of Engineering Organizations. It is a pleasure to be speaking with you today. What does World Engineering Day mean to you?
Oh, that means a lot, actually. But to summarize all its meanings, I think the first or the most important one is recognition. This day means the recognition of the contribution of engineering and engineers to the welfare of humankind in the 1,000 years history. Because engineering, people can have today's strong productivity, and people can live in such a convenient environment. So that's a recognition to the engineering contributions. And that is a recognition of the crucial role of engineers for the future of the humankind. Because as said by Secretary General of United Nations, every SDGs needs engineering solutions. So engineering contribution for the past is great, but engineering contributions to achieve the SDGs for the future is the key and very paramount important, I would like to say. And the third recognition, I think, is the recognition of the World Engineering Organizations, especially the World Federation of Engineering Organizations, because to choose 4th of March at this day, that is the birthday of WFEO, birthday of the World Federation of Engineering Organizations. That's a recognition to the unite of the engineers worldwide, because these federations represent engineering organizations from more than 100 countries, which represents tens of millions engineers worldwide. So recognition, I think, is the foremost meaning for me of the World Engineering Day.
Such an important message. I love that idea of uniting engineers around the world. That's incredible. Why do you think it is important that we do celebrate World Engineering Day for sustainable development?
Oh, that's a good question. I think the importance to celebrate the World Engineering Day for sustainable development is to raise the awareness of the public, of the government, of the civil society to the crucial role of engineering in achieving the sustainable development goals, to support engineering development in each country, in the different part of the world. And secondly, to raise the awareness of engineers ourselves to our responsibility to achieve the SDGs. So for that purpose, we need to increase our capability to grasp necessary skills, knowledges of sustainable development, how to have lower carbon engineering solutions, and to increase our the engineering sense of ethics to carry out responsible innovation and creation for the good of people. So on the one side, the celebration is to increase the awareness of public and government. And on the other side, to increase the awareness of engineers themselves on their responsibility.
Such a powerful message. I really like how you said the word responsibility and raising awareness. Great to highlight on this very important day. Now, it looks like you're calling from somewhere pretty interesting. You've got an amazing background going on. Can you tell us where you're calling in from?
Actually, here is, we call it the front gate of Beijing. The Emperor City of Beijing is a 100 years old building.
Amazing. One of the things that inspired me to do engineering was a project at school where we actually looked at the Qing Shi Huangdi warriors, and I was so impressed by the ancient Chinese creations that were made. So a lot of incredible engineering in China for decades and hundreds of years. Lots of history behind you. That's incredible. So when it comes to the World Federation of Engineering Organizations, what do we need to do for sustainable development in your region of Beijing?
Actually, there's a lot for us to do to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 SDGs. But I would like to stress, in the past time, engineers is making effort to achieve so-called high performance of engineering projects. But today, besides of high performance, we need lower carbon. Especially for China, we need lower carbon engineering solutions for a new energy system, for new consumption products, and so on and so forth. It is so important for developing countries because the developing countries, they are now rising up on the industrialization, but there's no enough how to say this? No enough fossil energy for the vast developing countries to use because our Earth could not bear so many carbon emissions. So for today, the most urgent task for engineering, especially for engineers in developing countries, is to have the lower carbon engineering solutions and practices, I believe.
Amazing messages there. I really like how you've touched on the future of engineering. I really wanted to dive into that a bit more. So what changes do you expect in the future of engineering, and why is this important for engineers?
Actually, if I look forward for engineering development, first, I want to see a more inclusive engineering profession. That means more gender equality in engineering profession. We have more women engineers, young girls to choose engineering as a career, because we need women engineers working together with men engineers to serve the people, which are men and women. Inclusive is the first. And then interdisciplinary, because traditionally engineering profession is divided into different disciplines. But to treat complex problems, we need a more interdisciplinary environment for engineering development. So that does not mean one engineer can do everything, but that means the engineers of different disciplines can smoothly, closely working together to meet the challenges, such as climate change and so on and so forth. Thirdly, I truly want to see more investment into engineering development, more fundings for engineering capacity building, more support from government, from civil society, from public.
Amazing. You've spoken about things that are very dear to my heart. Getting more women into engineering is something that I'm personally very passionate about, and I know many, many people are. And the interdisciplinary approach is very important as our projects get more complex and more complicated. We absolutely need that approach in engineering. Now, my final question to you is, what message do you have for engineers who are watching our live broadcast today?
I just want to say the World Engineering Day is March 4th. And when we talk about March 4th, we think about let's march forth together to a sustainable future.
I love that, March 4th. That's very memorable. You're going to have a lot of people remembering that today. March 4th is World Engineering Day. Thank you so much, Professor Gong Qi. Professor Gong Qi is now heading to Costa Rica, where he'll be joining us live at the end of this broadcast today to finish our celebrations for World Engineering Day. We are now heading back to our main hub in China for the China Association for Science and Technology. The engineering exhibition is happening, and we're going to be focusing in on climate emergency.
谁来点亮？绿色奥运的理念，谁来实现？科技奥运的硕果，谁来托举？ 助力北京冬奥的工程师，他们来了。
大家好，欢迎收看世界工程日中国庆祝活动，我是张之豪。今天我们非常有幸的请到北京大学工学院张信荣教授，请他谈谈二氧化碳制冷对服务科技冬奥、绿色冬奥的意义。
张信荣，北京大学工学院研究员、博导，北京市2022年冬奥会工程建设领域专家。他带领团队将二氧化碳作为新型制冷剂应用于冰面建设，其安全、环保、节能、高效，创造了冬奥历史。
张老师您好，北京冬奥会首次采用了清洁低碳的二氧化碳制冰技术，请您给我们科普一下这项技术的一些特点，然后它与历届的冬奥会的制冰技术有什么不同？
我们这次冬奥会呢，采用我们把它叫做跨临界二氧化碳全热回收式的制冷式制冰的技术。那么这个技术呢，主要有以下几个特点啊。首先呢，它是安全啊。那么因为二氧化碳在我们的生活当中是吧，在我们本身的我们呼吸的空气里面就有二氧化碳。那么第二个方面呢，就是它非常的环保啊，那么对环境呢非常的友好。因为我们历届冬奥会呢都是采用了都是氟利昂啊，要么就是氨。那么氟利昂呢，大家都知道它对臭氧层呢有很强的破坏作用，然后呢对地球温暖化，它地球温暖化指数也非常高啊。那么氨呢，相对来说呢是一种性能比较好的制冷剂，但是呢氨呢它具有一些毒性啊，那么还有易爆的风险啊，所以呢大家呢都把这个氨呢比作是需要关在这个笼子里的老虎，它能力强，但是呢它的危险性也比较大。那么用二氧化碳呢去替代氟利昂呢，替代氨去制冰呢，那么它是对环境呢是非常的友好的啊。那么第三个方面呢，就是它非常的高效节能啊。那么高效节能呢体现在这样几个方面啊。第一个方面呢，就是我们过去10几年的研究啊，研究跨临界的二氧化碳循环呢，我们可以对它进行优化啊，它能达到节能。那么同时呢，这一次呢，我们把整个制冰过程当中的能量都回收利用，对吧？因为这个冰制冰过程当中呢，这个液态水变成固态的过程当中释放大量能量，我们把它全部回收利用。这个回收利用的过程当中呢，以国家速滑馆为例呢，1年节约电呢就可以节约200多万度电。那么第四个方面呢，就是利用二氧化碳制冰呢，它非常有助于打造一个非常好的一个冰面啊，有助于运动员呢创造一个非常好的成绩啊。从最近一段时间呢，冬奥的比赛大家就可以看出来，我们截止目前为止呢，在国家速滑馆呢已经有10几个奥运纪录被打破。
您刚才也提到了制冰过程中的一些废热的一些处理，请您介绍一下全热能回收的这个技术呢？
因为制冰的过程它就是完全是水这种物质从液态变成固态的这么一个物理过程。那么在水从液态变成固态呢，要放出大量的能量。在往年的历届的冬奥会这个制冰过程，基本上这个能量呢都排到环境当中去了，没有加以利用。我们用二氧化碳的另外一个非常大的一个优势呢，就是它能够把这个水从液态变成固态的这个过程当中放出的大量能量呢，都给回收利用。这样的话呢，场馆当中的所有的热量的需求，过去都是靠燃烧锅炉来实现的那么这次呢，锅炉都可以不用用了，对吧？那么所有的热量的需求呢，都来自于这块冰那么实现了包括场馆的除湿，对吧？然后呢，生活热水那么场馆的供暖，还有呢预热浇冰、防冻这些所有的热量的需求都可以来用从冰面回收的能量来实现。
您在做这种新的制冰技术，还有它的应用、研发和推广过程中，您觉得体现了什么样的奥运精神呢？
奥运精神确实是一个永不言放弃的一个，就是坚持、执着 我们看到这个运动员呢，这个常年的努力，很多次失败呢，也打击不了他的信心，这样的一种执着的精神啊，我觉得在我们科技，工程创新这方面也是一样的啊。像我们做二氧化碳的研究，对吧？我们20多年前呢就已经开始，我们一直是秉承着要把二氧化碳看成一种资源，有用的资源加以利用，秉承这样一种信念。
像二氧化碳制冷技术，它奥运会以后，它可能还会在哪些领域有些应用呢？它对这个我们国家实现双碳目标和可持续发展目标有没有什么帮助呢？
我们30年碳达峰，60年碳中和，二氧化碳是一个非常重要的主题啊。我们一直是把这个二氧化碳呢看成资源加以利用的。这次冬奥会啊，给大家展示了一个非常好的一种方法，就是我们冷热可以同时来实现。对吧？我们其实呢，就是通过二氧化碳作为一种物质，对吧？来携带能量，搬运这个能量，对吧？通过这个搬运过程当中，我们可以有效的实现制冷，有效的实现供热。这样的话呢，可以替代这个锅炉的燃烧过程，也可以替代氟利昂去制冷啊。我觉得在未来的这个广阔的碳中和的这个背景下呀，在瞄向未来的可持续的经济和社会发展下面，这项技术呢，应该能发挥非常大的作用，对于我们的制热供暖的替代，对吧？对于我们广阔的制冷行业产业的新兴产业的打造，其实是非常有帮助的。
我们今天也是这个世界工程师日，然后也请问您对这个全世界的工程师们和科学家们有没有什么寄语？
我觉得作为一个工程师可能要实现一个工程创新呢。是一个漫长的过程那么除了要有这个原始的科学上的创新然后从这个科学到工程这个漫长的这个过程当中一定要坚持一定要不断的去努力那么而且呢这个实践非常非常的重要。比如说我们开发二氧化碳这个技术亲身经历。我们从这个2010年前呢，我们就做了实验室的这个实验那么在2013年的时候呢，我们做了一个现场的这个大概1000千瓦制冷量的这么一个现场的实验，是吧？那么在那个实验当中呢，我们发现了很多的问题非常小的一个问题，比如说这个二氧化碳压缩机回游。对吧？因为这个压缩二氧化碳呢，到跨临界、超临界状态呢，它都要有润滑油。那么这个润滑油呢，到什么地方去了？对吧？就找这个润滑油那么我们就在现场待了1个多月那么这个做了很多次的现场的测试、调试非常的不容易，对吧？那么最终呢，花了好几个月的时间把这个问题给解决了。那么另外呢？就是现在的工程呢，都是比较大的一个工程，是吧？然后呢，也是个团队的，大家一块儿努力，对吧？一块儿协同创新的过程，协作的精神也是非常重要的。
感谢张老师今天参加我们的活动，谢谢您
谢谢。
二氧化碳制冰技术把温室气体变废为宝，制冰过程清洁环保。下一个跟我们大家见面的团队用造火箭的实力去造火炬。首次实现了冬奥火炬零碳排放的目标，这2个团队很好地演绎了一场绿色冬奥、科技冬奥的冰与火之歌。今天我们非常有幸地请到了中国航天科技6院101所冬奥火炬项目总师姜连东老师。
北京冬奥会用氢能作为燃料的奥运火炬，体现了绿色奥运、科技奥运的理念。航天6院101所项目总师姜连东及其团队克服了多项技术难题，为奥运圣火的飞扬提供了坚实的技术保障。
欢迎您，姜老师。火炬接力是冬奥会的标志性活动之一，而本届冬奥会首次实现了火炬的零碳排放，请您给我们科普一下，这个冬奥会火炬背后运用了哪些高科技呢？
本届冬奥会这个火炬呢，我们创新性的提出了以氢为燃料的作为火炬，那么首次实现了零碳排放，也为奥运历史上最为环保的火炬。那个冬奥火炬背后包含的高科技呢，主要有这么几项，一个是氢燃料的高密度储存技术， 稳定的控氢技术、狭小受限空间内燃烧装置的总体设计技术、火炬整体轻量化技术、碳纤维壳体的3维编织技术，以及表面耐高温涂层技术等。这次冬奥火炬用了氢做燃料，那么又是冬季奥运使用，因为我们考虑了冬季奥运会火炬团的特点，以及氢燃料的一些本身自身具备的性能，我们就对火炬进行这个特殊设计。这里面的我们这个火炬在实验过程中呢，研制过程中呢，它能达到性能是一个抗风雨雪，还有低气温、高海拔、高湿度。另外，我们为了确保的火炬在传递交接过程中确保绝对安全可靠，我们进行了用机器人装置进行了运动模拟，包括它的传递、展示、交接，以及可能出现的意外跌落、碰撞，甚至泄漏着火这些方式进行了模拟，应该说确保了我们火炬的可靠性呢。
那请问您是如何理解科技冬奥、绿色冬奥这两个主题呢？我们用造火箭的实力去造火炬，体现了我国科研人员的什么精神？
这个科技冬奥、绿色冬奥呢，既体现了本届冬奥的办奥理念和宗旨，也宣示了我们国家未来高质量发展、可持续发展的方向和途径。用我们造火箭的实力去做火炬的研究呢，既体现了我们科研人员应该服务国家、服务社会的时代担当和初心情怀吧，也是我们航天强国梦、中国梦的一个具体体现。
请问这个冬奥会火炬里边有哪些科技可能以后会运用到我们的生活当中呢？
这里面有些那个技术呢已经应用到我们的生活中。你比如说碳纤维的这个技术，我们在日常的生活中有所体现。那么在本届冬奥会里面还有一些新的技术，未来也可能会用到我们的日常生活中。你比如说氢燃料的利用技术，还有高密度的储能技术，以及我们这次的火炬外壳和我们的储氢气瓶的外胆，在编织过程中用碳纤维的立体编织技术，这将来对我们日常生活中的所用的一些高性能的物件。
那个6院101所呢，是我们国家这个液氢领域的这个中坚力量。请问您认为这个发展这个氢能和氢能技术，对我国实现双碳目标和联合国2030年可持续发展议程有什么样的意义呢？
那么这次研制成的冬奥火炬呢，应该说是我们国家氢能推广的一张名片。那么以氢气做燃料呢，已经能够实现零碳排放。那么今后呢，如果加快发展氢能，为我国双碳目标的实现以及联合国这个2030年可持续发展议程的进展，应该提供了一个十分重要的也比较切实可行的一个发展途径，应该说具有重大意义和深远的影响。并且呢，氢气呢作为可再生能源，有所带动氢气的制备环节源头进行绿色开发。你比如用风能或太阳能等纯绿色能源来制氢储氢，那么使氢能开发利用全过程的全实现零碳排放，这将具有更重大的意义。对我们这个双碳目标和可持续发展议程这个实现，应该说具有非常重要的一个启示作用。
冬奥火炬用的是航天材料，其实冬奥场馆的建筑材料也不一般。究竟是什么样的钢材才能经得起环境的考验，又契合绿色廉洁的办奥理念？请我们下一位专家为大家揭晓。
环保新材料在北京冬奥场馆的运用，展现了本届冬奥会的绿色硬实力。由北京科技大学李小刚教授主导完成的高性能低合金耐石钢系列钢种研制及应用成套技术，协助保证了冬奥会高质量的绿色工程建设。
今天我们非常有幸的请来了北京科技大学新材料技术研究院的李小刚老师，请李小刚老师呢给我们介绍一下耐受钢的一些科技的应用。李老师你好。你好，那个今年啊，在那个冬奥会上，我们那个大面积的使用了这个高性能免涂装耐候钢技术。请问这个技术的它的特点是什么呢？然后本届冬奥会场馆大面积使用这个技术，标志着我们国家的钢铁工业达到了什么样的水平呢？
钢结构呢，实际上是一种环保型的一种建筑结构。 因为钢结构本身呢，它是可以重新再利用的。传统的钢结构呢，是由于耐蚀性设计比较低啊，它的这个是使用涂料，使用防腐涂料，尤其是在一些海洋、沙漠的高盐库腐蚀的这些地方啊。那么涂料涂装呢，它带来了比较严重的涂料污染。另外的话呢，这个涂料涂装呢，一般是15年啊，它还得重新大修。那么这个装置，假如说这个设备使用100年的话，它大概有4到5次的这个中间装修。这么样的话呢，就带来了比较严重的污染。那么要是采用我们提升了钢结构、钢材内部的这个它本身的这个耐蚀性能的话，我们在一些腐蚀不严酷的地方，那么我们就可以采用不刷油漆的办法。这样的话呢，可以做到终身免维护。高性能免涂装的这个钢结构啊，一方面是通过提升它的强度，减少它的用量；第二个是通过提升它的耐蚀性，尽量的避免这个使用防腐的这个油漆，这样的话呢，达到环保的这么一个效果。这次冬奥会呢，是大范围的采用了这些技术，那么达到了非常好的效果，和我们冬奥的理念啊，这个完全吻合。那么这个技术的这个实现呢，标志着我们国家的钢铁工业进入了世界先进的这个结构钢生产的行列中间。
我们运用这种技术啊，对实现这个绿色冬奥的理念，以及对我国未来实现这个双碳目标和联合国2030年可持续发展议程，有没有什么意义呢？
这个意义是巨大的。就像我刚才所说到的，钢铁材料的本身就是一种环保材料，它是人类最主要的一种建筑结构材料。那么建筑结构要是采用钢结构的话呢，应该是本身就是环保的。我们通过提升这个钢结构的这个强度，然后呢提高它的耐蚀性，使得它的这个更具有环保的这个价值。那么这一次奥运会的大面积采取耐候钢、免涂装耐候钢这个技术，高强度的结构钢这些新的技术，将为中国将来的建筑业发展树立一个标杆。在中国的大型钢结构、大型建筑物、高层建筑、基础设施建设过程中间，将大面积的采用这种绿色环保的新的材料，那么对实现我们的降碳目标是具有十分重要的意义的。
那据我们了解啊，这次在冬奥会运用的这个耐候钢技术啊，是由我国多个科研机构与企业联合攻关完成的。请问您认为推动这种大型工程项目顺利完成的关键是什么呢？
是的，这一次呢，就是说，是国家、企业和一线的一些技术人员密切协同进行的这方面的工作。我们国家之所以能取得这方面的这个成果，重要的是在于党和政府的加强领导和改革开放取得的这个重要的成果积累而来的。企业的发展，国家科技的发展，使得我们这个钢结构的这个钢材的品种质量，那么取得了明显的提升。已经基本上可以肯定是进入了世界的这个先进国家行列。也就是说呢，我们不光是这个数量上绝对领先，我们在质量上呢也表现出来一些这个强势的品牌和这个品种。
Hello everyone. I am Valérie Ferret, the Vice President of 3D Experience CDU, the Education Department of Dassault Systèmes. On this World Engineering Day, we are pleased to be a partner of this 24-hour live celebrating engineers and engineering students all around the world. Indeed, more than ever, the world needs imagination, science, and engineering to create a more sustainable world. In Dassault Systèmes, we have been supporting engineers to create new products for the past 40 years, thanks to 3D design and simulation. We believe that virtual worlds are here to expand and improve the real world. In the coming years, you will hear a lot about virtual universes or virtual world. But make no mistake, only scientifically accurate virtual universes will be the most effective way to imagine and deliver sustainable innovation. This is what we call virtual twin experiences of the real world. Now, we need to build a new generation of innovators who will use these virtual twin experiences to create a more sustainable world and to harmonize product, nature, and life. With our education department, we are committed to empowering people with the right skill for sustainability throughout their whole life. About 7 million students are using our solution every year in schools and universities. They also contribute to worldwide student competition to level up their skills. Look at their fantastic achievement. In India, students have proposed innovative solutions to extract potable water by condensing the moisture present in the air. In France, a team of students built a turtle-like robot to clean trash in the harbors. In Colombia, students created a unique filter to retain some pollutant from vehicle emission and improve air qualities in the cities. Finally, this year, we are launching the Arm for All Student Design Contest to support the Ellen for Hand Foundation to improve prosthetic devices. All those great innovations are made possible thanks to purpose-driven engineers. So I wish you a happy World Engineering Day. Now let's all together accelerate innovation for a more sustainable world.
Welcome back. We are about to cross to Myanmar. Fun fact, Myanmar has the highest percentage of women engineers in the world at 40%. How awesome is that? In 2013, they created the Women Engineers Network. Now, you may notice they're wearing some pretty beautiful clothes, and they designed these outfits especially for the conference. Let's head over to Myanmar and celebrate World Engineering Day.
Over the last 50 years, we have witnessed the fastest growth in technological advancements in the history of mankind. From the first person stepping foot on the moon to the arrival of the global Internet of Things. But behind these great achievements is research. And for 50 years, InSpec has led the way by indexing and delivering abstracts for the world's leading scientific and technical papers, providing support to pioneers across engineering and physical sciences. Our team of indexers review, analyse and categorise research with an expert understanding of its context, making searches far more precise and allowing researchers to find relevant literature quickly and efficiently.
We are in a very fast-moving world, and given the technology is overwriting itself every couple of years, let's say 18 to 24 months, it's very important to be in touch.
By taking the legwork out of the discovery stage, it allows researchers to accelerate their activities, turning research into innovation. InSpec's precise indexing saves time, and more time means more breakthroughs.
Finding relevant literature for my research is very important. The issues when I use any generic search engine is I get results that have more than 60-70%, which I don't even want to see. It becomes really a pain at times. InSpec, you can get in-depth, direct results to what you're finding.
As we enter a new age of engineering, we continue to evolve, supporting the global physics and engineering community to solve new challenges and take the giant leaps needed to explore exciting new frontiers.
Our nation is rooted in a few core beliefs: upholding the rule of law, ensuring non-corruptibility and meritocracy, fostering racial harmony and an inclusive, fair and just society, and always thinking ahead for future generations. These beliefs have kept us together and taken us forward, leading to national priorities, policies and programs that have benefited generations of Singaporeans. After more than 50 years of nation building, one imperative is growing in importance, and that is sustainable development.
Climate change is an existential threat of our times, bringing rising sea levels and extreme weather patterns, putting millions of lives and livelihoods around the world in danger. Singapore, as a low-lying island state, is particularly vulnerable. We embraced sustainable development decades before climate change became a critical global priority. Today, Singapore is a city in a garden and is one of the greenest cities in the world. We set aside large nature reserves with about a third of our island covered by trees. We knew public cleanliness and hygiene were important to prevent diseases in our hot and humid urban environment and took tough measures to enforce them.
We are the only country in the world to freeze the growth of our vehicle population. We are one of a few countries to have closed its water loop and to reuse every last drop of water. We moved significantly away from coal-generated power many years ago. We do not subsidize the use of fossil fuel, and in fact, we tax the emission of carbon. We will continue to build upon this strong foundation and launch a sustainable development movement for a better and greener future. This will strengthen ongoing efforts to implement our commitments under the UN's 2030 Development Agenda. This 10-year plan is called the Singapore Green Plan 2030, or in short, the Green Plan.
The Green Plan is a whole-of-nation sustainable development agenda with firm action plans touching almost every dimension of our lives. But we recognize our challenges. Being a small city-state, we are in a very different situation compared to bigger countries. We need to provide for defense, industries, homes, and critical infrastructure, all within our 728 square kilometers of land. We do not have the natural resources, land area, and climatic conditions for the large-scale deployment of renewable energy sources. These constraints make it extremely hard for us to achieve net zero emissions in the same way that bigger countries can pledge to do.
However, just like how we confronted many national challenges in the past, we can turn our constraints into strategic opportunities and be pioneers in technological and policy solutions for sustainable development. We can be a living laboratory which other cities around the world facing similar challenges can pick up ideas from. Depending on the results of our collective actions and that of the international community, we will review our current carbon emission commitments and seek to achieve net zero emissions as soon as we can. That way, we can punch above our weight and have a positive environmental impact well beyond our shores. In this video, we present to you the key programs of the Green Plan. Some of the initiatives will be familiar to you, others will be new.
By 2030, Singapore will be a green and beautiful city in nature. We will set aside 50% more land, around 200 hectares, for nature parks. Every household will live within a 10-minute walk of a park. We will plant 1 million more trees across our island, which will sequester another 78,000 tons of CO2. Singaporeans will enjoy cleaner air and cooler shade. With more green spaces, there will be more wildlife amongst us, from migratory birds and hornbills to otters and mouse deer. But some animals like wild boars and monkeys may get into conflict with people too. We will work with communities and NGOs to develop programs to allow people and wildlife to live in harmony.
Sustainability is also about you and me and the way we live. We aim to be a zero-waste nation powered by a circular economy with a high rate of recycling so that our precious resources can be used many times over. We have already closed our water loop by recycling our used water to make new water. We will make a similar strong push towards circularity in waste materials to transform trash to treasure. We will turn incinerated waste into new sand and use this for construction. We will build up Singapore's recycling capabilities by sorting better and reducing contamination. By 2030, we aim to reduce the waste sent to our landfill by 30%. We will front-load our efforts over the next 5 years to achieve a 20% reduction by 2026.
By 2030, our MRT network will be comparable in coverage to major cities like London and New York City. We will develop new town concepts such as Tengah, which will have the first car-free HDB town centre, with roads constructed underground, freeing up surface spaces for public transport, activities, and green spaces. At the same time, we will encourage walking, cycling, and active mobility. We have announced the plans to expand the cycling network. We will actively do more to repurpose roads and implement pedestrianisation wherever possible. Today, of all trips taken, 64% are on mass public transport, that is, bus and MRT. All these efforts will raise this modal share to 75% by 2030.
These environmentally friendly habits will take time to take root in our society. We must inculcate them early in our young, through education. We will start an eco-stewardship program involving all schools from primary to pre-U levels. As part of the program, we aim to reduce carbon emissions from the school sector significantly. We will get some of our schools to be carbon neutral by 2030, with the rest to follow thereafter. We will also use the new Science Centre at Jurong Lake District to help bring lessons on sustainability to life. We will help our students learn how to reduce their carbon footprint, make responsible decisions, and create a ripple effect on their families and friends. This expands the scope of our Values in Action education with sustainability as a key part of the curriculum. We want every student to understand, live, and practice sustainability.
Geographical constraints limit our options for renewable energy. We do not have great rivers for hydropower. We have neither land or sea space for large solar or wind farms. Despite these challenges, we will strive to use cleaner energy and become more energy efficient. We have shifted to using natural gas, which is the cleanest fossil fuel. We will quadruple our solar energy deployment by 2025, such as by covering the rooftops of HDB blocks with solar panels. By 2030, solar energy deployed will be 5 times that of today. We are also looking to tap green energy sources from the ASEAN region and beyond through electricity imports and hydrogen. We will invest in water research and development to halve the energy required to produce desalinated water. By this year, with floating solar panels on reservoirs, all our local waterworks will be powered by solar energy. Our waste treatment facilities, such as Tuas Nexus, will generate more energy than they consume. We already host the largest biodiesel plant in the world, which is being further expanded.
As an aviation and maritime hub, Singapore will play active and important roles in fulfilling two international goals. In aviation, 2% improvement in fuel efficiency every year from now to 2050, and carbon neutral growth from 2020. In maritime, to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from international shipping by at least 50% by 2050, compared to 2008 levels. We can also use 15% less energy in HDB towns by 2030 through measures such as the widespread use of smart LED lights and solar energy. And beyond HDB towns, we will green 80% of all buildings over the next decade and develop eco-friendly districts as demonstration projects that we can scale up, such as the Jurong Lake District. Singapore's urban environment makes us an ideal city for adopting electric vehicles, or EVs. We have declared our Vision 2040 to phase out internal combustion engine vehicles and have all vehicles run on cleaner energy. To get there, we will require, by 2030, all newly registered cars to be cleaner energy models. We will more than double our EV charger targets from 28,000 to 60,000 by 2030. We will tap the capabilities of the private sector to build up this infrastructure. We will also revise the vehicle tax structure to make it easier to buy and to own EVs. All these efforts in industries, residential estates, commercial buildings, private transport will reduce our energy consumption by more than 8 million megawatt hours per year. This is the annual energy used by almost all households in 2030. And this will in turn reduce domestic greenhouse gas emissions by at least 3 million tons per year by 2030.
As sustainability grows in importance and consumers pivot towards greener and more sustainable products and services, it can become a key competitive advantage for us and present new opportunities for growth and job creation. We are therefore seeking new investments that are among the best in class in terms of carbon and energy efficiency. We introduced a broad-based carbon tax in 2019. Whatever we collect will be invested and used to support worthwhile projects to help enterprises reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. The government will introduce a new enterprise sustainability program to help enterprises, especially SMEs, to embrace sustainability and develop capabilities in this area. We can be a leading carbon trading and services hub, which is projected to be a multi-billion-dollar industry. We will create new and diverse job opportunities, and our vision is to be a leading center for green finance in Asia and globally. We will also promote homegrown innovation under the Research, Innovation and Enterprise Plan 2025 and attract companies to anchor their R&D activities in Singapore to develop new sustainability solutions for Asia and the world. These include decarbonization technologies such as carbon capture, utilization and storage, low carbon hydrogen, and solutions to enhance energy efficiency and enable a circular economy. Jurong Island will be a model for the adoption of such solutions as it transforms into a sustainable energy and chemicals park.
Against rising sea levels, we're developing new solutions and a better understanding of our coastlines. We will put in place the physical defences to protect our coastlines along the East Coast, around Lim Chu Kang, Sungai Ketut, and Jurong Island. Lying 1 degree north of the equator, Singapore will always be hot and humid. But we don't want temperatures to be unbearably high. Urban heat is all around us. For example, the kind that you feel while standing behind an air conditioner. We will moderate the rise in urban heat by increasing greenery and piloting the use of cool paint on building facades. We are increasing local food production to make our food supply more resilient. We have announced our 30 by 30 target to produce 30% of our nutritional needs by 2030 locally. We will do this in partnership with a vibrant agri-food industry and our communities.
The Green Plan is a living plan, which will evolve as we engage Singaporeans through Singapore Together to harness more ideas and put them into action. Every one of us can play a part and help seize the moment to transform our nation.
In 1965, shortly after Singapore became an independent nation, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew said, over 100 years ago, this was a mudflat, swamp. Today, this is a modern city. 10 years from now, this will be a metropolis. Never fear.
Having come from mudflats to metropolis, we will turn our metropolis into a global city of sustainability.
This metropolis of ours will be a bright green spark, inspiring the world and our future generations.
Let's work together for a brighter and greener future.
The World Federation of Engineering Organisations is proud to announce the launch of the WFEO Academy Training Portal on World Engineering Day, 4th of March 2022, with UNESCO and its partners, the International Engineering Alliance, the International Federation of Engineering Education Societies, and the Global Engineering Deans Council. Education for engineers has been a core objective for the Federation since it was founded in 1968 and of the WFEO Engineering 2030 plan. The training portal will deliver on this objective under the auspices of the Federation's Committee for Education and Engineering. This website will provide training and build capacity for accreditation bodies and professional engineering institutions, enabling them to achieve international standards and the requirements of signatory status of the International Engineering Alliance. It will also provide training for engineering educators to develop the curriculum and pedagogies for outcomes-based education that are also a key requirement to achieve these international benchmarks. A third component is training for the qualified engineers, technologists, and technicians for essential skills in areas such as safety, risk, project management, ethics, and leadership that are required across all disciplines and are essential for competent and responsible practice.
I am proud to lead the initiative for the WFEO Academy, which will provide training on demand to all across the world. I hope many will take up the opportunity to learn from experts in engineering education, and that those who participate will be enriched by the lessons learned.
The training materials will draw on the existing webinar resources of the members, affiliates, and partners of the Federation. These webinars will thus gain a wider audience and a greater utilisation. This is a sustainable approach, using the knowledge and goodwill of hundreds of experts that have given their time willingly for the webinars and will build knowledge and skills in the spirit of the UNESCO Open Science recommendations.
The launch of the WFEO Academy on World Engineering Day 2022 aligns with the theme Build Back Wiser, Engineering the Future. The WFEO Academy delivers online training on demand to individual educators and assessors of engineering education programs. WFEO Academy builds competency in practice for qualified professional engineers, technologists, and technicians, and supports the development of strong institutions, accreditation organizations, and professional engineering bodies, addressing the UN Sustainable Development Goals for education, Goal 4, strong institutions, Goal 16, partnerships, Goal 17, but all the SDGs to ensure that no one is left behind, to combat poverty, and also to support a water-secure world. Importantly, this is an inclusive approach, available in nearly 100 languages and scripts. It can be accessed by all, women and men, wherever they are, ensuring that no one is left behind.
The training will be available on demand at any time and any place around the world in more than 100 languages. The content is available at no cost to individuals that are members and affiliates of the Federation. This project is a world first. It uses innovation and advanced technology to make content available inclusively to all. Individuals will be encouraged to register and take up the courses in their own time and pace, and will be issued with certificates of completion with additional bronze, silver, and gold awards to encourage the uptake of multiple courses. We look forward to the utilisation of the WFEO Academy, and we look forward to increasing the circle of partnership and support from all members and partners of the Federation for a sustainable future and a better world for all.
This wraps up our coverage of New Zealand, Australia and China regions. It has been an absolute pleasure celebrating World Engineering Day with you. I've been Felicity Fury, civil engineer, senior lecturer at Swinburne University, CEO and co-founder of We Aspire. Passionate engineer. I love celebrating this day. Congratulations to the whole team that has pulled this together. I'm signing off for now and excited to watch the next 18 hours of coverage as we celebrate World Engineering Day live.